starters.
Here we come.
Up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field, and the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees.
Go.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a hot, sunny day in the Central Valley of California. It's the Salt Lake Bees and the Fresno Grizzlies in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Steve Klauke with you. What a magnificent performance by Joe Saunders last night. He had a no-hitter through 6 of the third innings, spoiled by a Daniel Ortmeyer infield single. And then they had the shutout snapped in the 8th inning, ending a franchise record streak of 31 and a third consecutive scoreless innings. The Bees getting power from Howie Kendrick, 2 home runs. Meister Torres, 2 doubles and a triple in the 5-1 ball game won by the Bees last night. Salt Lake at 32-23 now with the best record in all of the Pacific Coast League. They have a 2-game lead now over second place Portland. Tacoma trails by 3.5, while Colorado Springs is in last place 11.5 back. In the Pacific South, Tucson leads Las Vegas by 1.5. Sacramento trails by 2, and the Grizzlies, who've been playing better baseball of late, now 7.5 games off the pace. The pitching matchup for this afternoon's ball game for the Bees, it'll be right-hander Casey Olenberger with a record of 3-1, but struggling in his last 4 outings. And going for Fresno will be former Buzz right-hander Matt Kinney. Kinney was 5-2 with the Buzz in 9 starts during the 2000 season. Just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game today, as they did yesterday, Dal Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil designed to give you what you need. Last night's 10th strikeout performance, 9 by Joe Saunders and 1 by Greg Jones, is the 5th this year, making the total donation right now $725. When we come back, a closer look at what happened last night here in Fresno, right after this on ESPN 1230.
I am Dr. Jen, and I'm taking your Love Life calls. And here's Kevin. Go ahead.
Jen, what's the easiest way to get to 79 Williams Ave?
Follow your heart?
For the easiest route to any address, you want to ask TomTom, not Jen.
Turn left.
TomTom Go is your portable, everyday GPS solution. Grab it and go. Just tap the screen and a helpful voice guides you on your way.
You have reached your destination.
TomTom Go. Find your way the easy way. Learn more at TomTom.com.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and tureen tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
You know, to solve the whole problem, you got to understand the parts. Top quality replacement parts from Checker. We work on our cars just like you, and we use Ray-Vestas brakes, Monroe shocks, Fram filters, and drive belts by Goodyear. They're all good parts, and the reason I use them is my whole family rides in my car. So come to Checker for the right part at a guaranteed low price.
Here we come.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
Well, last night the Bees got off to a great start, and when they get off to good starts, usually good things happen. The Bees, with last night's game, off to a great start. When they score first, they are 20-6 now, and that's what they did, jumping out in front in the first inning of yesterday's game. Meister Torres led off the ball game with a triple into the right field corner. 1 out later, Howie Kendrick knocked him home. Again, the infield back the pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole and past the diving Hutting into left field, a base hit. Howie Kendrick aboard at first with an RBI single as his tourist rolls home from third, and it's 1-0 Salt Lake. 1-0 Bees. Kendrick would then move to second on a walk to Corno. A fielder's choice put runners at first and third with 2 out before Mike Elwood single to center field brought home Kendrick to make it a 2-0 ball game. Then in the second inning, Casey Smith on the first pitch, single to center field, bringing up my series Torres. As the pitch as Smith takes off, his Torres slices one down the left field line, heading towards the corner. That's a fair ball. One hop near the barrier by Lewis. Smith being waved around. Hutting will not relay the thrower home. It's an RBI double for my series Torres, and it's now 3-0 Salt Lake. 3-0 Bees. While Joe Saunders was mowing down the Fresno lineup, Howie Kendrick hit a solo homer in the fifth that cleared an archway beyond the stands and across the street. So you're looking at maybe about a 450-foot blast for Howie. And then he hit a solo home run to left center into the shrubbery above the left center field wall here. And that made it 5-0 in favor of the Bees. The no-hitter is still intact for Joe Saunders with 1 out when Daniel Ortmeyer spoiled the no-hit bid with an infield single beating out a slow roller to the shortstop Casey Smith, who didn't have much of a chance to get an out on that play. And then Grizzlies get on the board in the 8th on a 1-out double by Chet Hansen and a 2-out single left center by Tim Hutting as the Bees win it by a final score of 5-1. It's a busy Sunday afternoon as far as Major League Baseball is concerned, as well as the Pacific Coast League. We'll check out the Abra scoreboard next here on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
Here we come.
Ride on Big O Tires. Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. It's up Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to Fresno, where the Bees and Grizzlies are getting ready for today's game. Time now to update you on the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. In the Pacific Coast League, in the 6th inning at Oklahoma City, Iowa out in front of the Red Hawks by a score of 2-1. At Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox lead Tacoma in the 6th, 3-1. At Memphis, New Orleans leads the Redbirds 1-0 on Wiki Gonzalez' 3rd home run of the year. At Sacramento in the 3rd, Las Vegas leads the River Cats 3-0. Later on, Albuquerque's at Nashville, Round Rock hosts Omaha, and Portland visits Tucson. In the major leagues, after 2 innings of play in the American League, Oakland leads Minnesota 3-1. Kansas City with a 3-2 lead at Seattle. The Mariners batting in the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels are the Sunday night ESPN game as they take on the Indians in Cleveland. John Lackey goes for the Angels against C.C. Sabathia for the Tribe. Finals, Boston wins at Detroit 8-3. Former Buzzman David Ortiz with his 16th home run of the year. Toronto falls at Tampa Bay 10-5. At Baltimore, the Orioles rout the Yankees 11-4. And in Chicago, Texas pounds the White Sox 10-2. Gerald Laird with 2 home runs for the Rangers. In the National League, the Giants and Mets are tied at 6. San Francisco scored 2 runs in the top of the 10th to go up 6-4. But Jose Valentin and Millage for the Mets, both homer. Millage ball coming with 2 out. And the Mets and Giants are tied at 6 now in the 11th inning. In the 8th at Milwaukee, Washington leads the Brewers 8-3. 2 home runs for Alfonso Soriano. Cincinnati and Houston tied at 3. In the 8th at St. Louis, the Cardinals lead the Cubs 9-6. St. Louis putting Albert Pujols on the disabled list with a sprained oblique muscle. Florida, a leader at Colorado, 4-2 in the 7th. At Los Angeles, the Phillies are out in front of the Dodgers 2-0. Arizona finished off a 4-game series sweep in Atlanta by beating the Braves 9-3. Former Stinger Jeff Devannon with a homer and 3 RBI. And San Diego shut out the Pirates 1-0 in Pittsburgh. That is your Abra scoreboard. Back with today's starting lineups next here on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls or the ham and Swiss bowl, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. It combines over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster. Charge by phone or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
Here we come.
Breck, if you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230.
All right, welcome back to Fresno. Let's get you ready for today's game by bringing you the starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Bees, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off, the center fielder, Reggie Willits. Batting second, the shortstop, Meister Torres. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Darren Erstad. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Hitting fifth and playing right field, Nick Gorneau. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Mike Elward. Hitting seventh and playing left field, Curtis Pride. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Corey Myers. And batting ninth and catching is Ryan Buddy. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander Casey Ohlenberger. For the homestanding Fresno Grizzlies, managed by Shane Turner. Leading off, the left fielder, Fred Lewis. Batting second, the designated hitter, Adam Shabala. Hitting third and playing center field, Daniel Ortmeyer. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Todd Linden. Hitting fifth and playing first base, Chad Santos. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Juan Melo. Hitting 7th and playing second base, Jed Hansen. Batting 8th and catching, Guillermo Rodriguez. And hitting 9th, the shortstop, Tim Hudding. Pitching for the Grizzlies will be right-hander Matt Kenny. It's a hot, sunny afternoon here in Fresno, and the first pitch is right around the corner. We'll be back with the start of today's game right after this timeout. You've been in the On-Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park.
Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportPark.com.
They're back in excess live. VH1 Classic proudly presents In Excess, the Switched On Tour. June 7th, on stage at the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. In Excess. All your favorites and music from their new CD, Switch. In stores now. For more, check out NXS.com. June 7th, the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now. Available at all Ticketmaster outlets by phone at 801-325-SEAT or online at Ticketmaster.com. NXS, produced by Metropolitan Talent Presents.
The starting pitch.
Here we come.
The lineups have been exchanged, and the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go.
And welcome back to Grizzlies Stadium in downtown Fresno. The Bees and the Grizzlies just about ready to square off in Game 2 of this 4-game series. But right now, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem here in Fresno. Apparently problems with their microphones. It's not being picked up rather well. So right now we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. 1 minute with the start of today's game here on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Oh, you're fine. That's fine. So you just want a minute then? Okay.
Is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go.
All right, welcome back to Fresno, where the Grizzlies have taken the field in their green tops, the gold numerals and lettering trimmed in red. The Bees wearing their road grays today with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. Fresno on the field for the start of the ball game. Defensively, Fred Lewis is in left, Daniel Ortmeyer in center, and Todd Linden is in right. Juan Melo at third, Tim Hutting at short, Jed Hansen at second base, and Chad Santos is at first. A battery of Matt Kinney pitching and Guillermo Rodriguez catching. For Kinney, this will be his 12th start of the year. In 61 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 60 hits, 32 runs, 27 of which have been earned. He has struck out 43 and walked 27. He has thrown 3 wild pitches. He has not hit a batter and allowed 4 home runs. Kinney is 4-3 with a 3.94 earned run average. The PCL batting .251 against the 6'5", 228-pound right-hander from Bangor, Maine, Matt Kinney. Kinney has pitched well of late, striking out 11 batters in his last 2 starts, a 0.61 ERA, with a victory over Omaha and a no decision against Tucson. These winners last night in the opener 5-1. They're now 13-2 this year in the opening game of a series. Kinney finishing up his warm-ups. It'll be Reggie Willits, My Series Torres, and Darren Erstad. As Torres and Erstad, of course, with the Bees on injury rehab assignment from the Angels. They'll both be with the ball club through Tuesday's game. Tuesday will also feature a rehab start for defending Cy Young Award winner Bartolo Colon. So Reggie Willits to lead things off. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon from downtown Fresno. Willits batting .311, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 25 runs batted him. 1 at bat last night. He singled, and that extends his on-base streak right now at 18 straight games in which he is reached by either a hit or a walk. Willits batting left-handed against the right-hander Kinney. For Matt, this will be his 6th career start against Salt Lake after pitching for the Buzz in 2000. He's won 1 and lost 3 of his previous 5 starts, including 0-2 last year in 3 starts. So Kinney up on top of the hill, ready to go. Melo in at third, the first pitch of the ball game. And it's a strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now the pitch. Fastball right a little bit high, down the middle but high, 1-1. 92 degrees, the game time temperature, winds out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour, gusting to 18, so the wind is blowing straight out here at Grizzly Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike on Willits as Kinney deals. Willits bunts and fouls it off up the third base side, and the count's 1-2. Reggie Willits, league leader in runs scored with 45. Has got a great job hitting out of the leadoff spot since Eric Ibar went to join the Angels. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called at the knees, and Willits can't believe it. Puts his bat down, left hand on left hip, and looks back at the home plate umpire as he walks back towards the third base dugout. So Willits out. Here's My Series Torres batting .409, 4 doubles, a triple, and 3 runs batted in 5 games of his rehab assignment. Big night last night with 2 doubles and a triple, 1 run batted in, and 1 run scored. First pitch to his Torres, a fastball, a little bit high, ball 1. He's Torres, a switch hitter like Willits, batting from the left side against the right-hander Kinney. The 1-0 delivery is Torres fouls it back into the screen, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Bees' parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, at Cleveland tonight. Don Lackey going with his 3-3 record against the tough lefty, CC Sabathia. The 1-1 fastball is high, and the count on his Torres is 2-1. 324 down the left field line here in Fresno. 335 down the right field line. The 2-1 pitch is Torres lifts it in the air to right center field. Long run for Ortmeyer, giving chase. He can't get to it. It hits the warning track and bounces over the wall for an automatic double. as the wind helped get a hold of that one, is Tourist with his 5th two-base hit since joining the Bees. And so he's at second base for Darren Erstad. Erstad 0 for 4 in his Bees debut last night, and he's 0 for 7 overall on his rehab assignment, having gone 0 for 3 for Rancho Cucamonga on Friday. So runner at second base, 1 out. He's trying to jump out in front again, as they did last night, scoring 2 in the first inning. The pitch to Erstad from Kenny. And it's a fastball high, ball 1. Brian Harper, Bees manager, coaching over at third base with hitting coach Jim Efford over at first. Kenny, the right-hander, set. The 1-0. Erstad takes a fastball outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Kenny, originally drafted by the Red Sox in '95. Down on one knee as he reties his left shoe. Signed as a free agent by the Giants in November of '04. Made 5 appearances, one of them a start for the Giants last year, going 2-0. The 2-ball pitch to Erstad is looped towards left, coming on. Lewis will get there, and he'll make the catch for the out. He's Doris holds at second base. So 2 down, that'll bring up Howie Kendrick, leading the league with a .390 batting average. 14 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, and 35 runs batted in. Again, 3 for 4 last night with 2 home runs. This is the second 2-homer game for a Bees batter this year. Dallas McPherson hit 2 on April the 24th at Portland, including the game winner in the 10th inning. So 2 outs. He's Torres at second base, and the pitch to Kendrick. Fastball line foul off the facing of the Fresno dugout at first for strike 1. We mentioned the line distances, 324 down the left field line, 335 down the right field side. It's 385 to left center, 380 to right center, and 400 feet to straightaway center field. More on the outfield wall after the 0-1. Kendrick swings and misses at a fastball 0-2. It's about 15 feet high from the left field foul pole to the batter's eye in center. Goes down to about 10 feet high from that point until about straightaway right where it angles down. And because the designer of the ballpark was a big Yankees fan, the first 50 feet out from the right field foul pole, it's only a 3.5-foot high fence like the old Yankee Stadium used to be. The 0-2 to Kendrick. Little bouncer to the right side. The first baseman Santos gloves. Flips to Kinney covering in time for the out. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base after the first half inning of play. It's the Bees nothing, and Fresno's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
If that's all that comes out of my career and my selection to the Hall of Fame, is to have people look to me on how the game was played or how you're supposed to prepare to play, then that'd be a legacy I'd be very happy with.
Relive your fondest memories of Carlton Fisk and see his Hall of Fame plaque in Cooperstown, New York. Preserving history, honoring excellence, connecting generations. Visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, that's the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1238. Go.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, no score defensively for the Bees. Curtis Pride is in left. Reggie Willits in center. Nick Corneau is in right. Corey Myers at third. Meiser is Torres at short. Howie Kendrick at second and Mike Elward at first. A battery of Casey Olenberger pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. For Olenberger, his 12th appearance, his 9th start. In 43 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 50 hits, 27 runs, 26 of them earned. He has struck out 28 and walked 15. The first pitch to Lewis, low, ball 1. He has hit 3 batters, thrown 5 wild pitches, and surrendered 6 home runs. The 1-0 pitch to Lewis is popped up. Short center field is Tourist going out. Willits coming in. Reggie with the call and the catch for out number 1. So Fred Lewis retired, 1 away for Adam Shibala, the designated hitter. Shibala batting .329, 15 doubles, a triple, 1 homer and 24 runs batted in. Overall, Olenberger 3-1 with a 5.36 run average. The PCL batting .292 against Casey, who is, after winning that Pitcher of the Week honors, has really struggled over his last 3 starts. Shibala 0 for 4 last night. The pitch on the way, and it's high, ball 1. Over his last 3 starts, he's given up 19 runs, all earned, on 28 hits in just 15 innings of work as he pours in a strike and the count's even at 1-1. So Olenberger trying to get back on track. After being roughed up in those 3 rough outings, though, he's 0-1 with 2 no decisions. There's a change-up strike on the outside corner to knees, 1-2. Being effective with that changeup is the key to Olenberger's success. He's not going to blow anybody away with his fastball if that's what he has to rely on. There's a swing and a pop foul, third base side, all out of play. If he can be a pitcher, move the ball around as he did during his successful period, he'll get back on track. According to pitching coach Charles Nagy, it's just a matter of trusting himself out there with that off-speed stuff. And again, being able to throw it for a strike. Again, that was the key to his early success as a starting pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left-hand hitting Adam Shibala. The pitch. Fastball high, 2-2. Spot the fastball. Again, the curveball and the changeup, particularly the off-speed pitch, the changeup. That's the difference for Casey as the 2-2 pitch comes home. Low and outside to the left-hand batter, ball 3. So the count's full now in Shibala at 3-2 with Daniel Ortmeyer, the center fielder, due next. Now the payoff pitch from Olenberger, lifted foul out of play down the left field line. Slim crowd here on a hot Sunday afternoon. Some of the folks looking for shade, but not a whole lot of shaded area here at Grizzly Stadium right now. As the sun moves westward behind the ballpark, that'll open up some shaded area. 3-2 payoff pitch to Shibala again, swinging a foul as he got a piece of it and dumped it behind home plate. So the count remains full at 3-2 on Adam Shibala. With 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning, no score here in Fresno. Night game tomorrow, day game, 1:05 start Mountain Time on Tuesday. Then the Bees head to Tucson. 3-2 pitch again, swung on, popped up, this one's playable. First base side, coming down the line, Elward, one-hands it for the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Daniel Ortmeyer, the center fielder. Ortmeyer, .259 hitter, 9 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in, 1 for 4 in the series. That one hit the scratch infield single last night that broke up Joe Saunders' no-hit bid with 1 out in the 7th inning. So 2 out, nobody on base for the left-hand hitting Daniel Ortmeyer. Switch hitter actually batting from the right side. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Good speed for the 3rd round draft pick in 2002 out of the University of Texas at Arlington. The 1-0. Swing, a little dribbler foul off his front foot, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And Darren Erstad DHing today after playing center field yesterday. 2 out, nobody on base. Olenberger ready, the sign down from Buddy, the target up, the pitch, breaking ball low, 2-1 the count. Ortmeyer, last year the 3rd player in Eastern League history to have a 20-20 season, 20 homers and actually 35 stolen bases. The 2-1 offering. A little bit outside at the knees. Ball 3. 3-1 the count on Ortmeyer with Todd Linden due next. 3 balls, 1 strike. The Gillenberger pitch. Tried to hold up on a changeup. Couldn't do it. A strike, and it's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ortmeyer, left-handed batter, feet spread apart. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging with a fastball, and that retires the side. 1-2-3, nothing across for Fresno. That's another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy. After 1, there's no score in downtown Fresno here on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solution for your comfort with Energy State. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300. Serving the heart of your home and business.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting for you to enjoy.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Clout.
Go. Nick Gorno to lead off the second inning. The first pitch from Matt Kenny is in at the knees, is striking. It's 0-1. Gorno batting .293, 14 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, 44 runs batted in. The 0-1 delivery is in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Gorno leading the league with his 44 runs batted in, but now tied with Nelson Cruz of Nashville. Gorno 0 for 3 last night. The 0-2 pitch low and away to the right-hand batter, and the count's 1-2. Mike Elward, Curtis Pride to follow. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the Kenny pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. And so Gorno aboard with a leadoff single, hit number 2 for the Bees in the ball game. Brings up Mike Elward, hitting .263, 3 doubles, a homer, and 11 runs batted in. 2 for 4 with an RBI last night to open up the series. If you're between the ages of 8 and 13 or know someone who is, they can help me call the action live from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax, it's Great Clips. Rodder at first base, nobody out. The pitch to Elward. Fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. Kenny in his last outing pitched 6 shutout innings, giving up 4 hits. Struck out 5, walked 3, was not involved in the decision in a Fresno 3-2 win over Tucson. The 0-1 pitch, a curveball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. That was on May 30th, so that would have been on Tuesday. No balls, 2 strikes on Elworth. The Fresno infield at double play depth. Here's a pitch lifted foul, first base side and out of play. So the count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Mike Elward been on a little bit of a run lately. Awaits the 0-2 pitch from Kenny. Breaking ball just outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Elward again, the Angels minor league player of the month for Aprils. The Angels have not announced their May winners. Now the 1-2 pitch to Elward. Corneau takes off, and Elward pops it foul again off to the right of home plate. Up onto the roof, and the count remains 1-2. No score, top of the second inning on a sunny, hot afternoon here in downtown Fresno. And it's only going to get warmer as the trip moves on. Both hit triple digits for the day game on Tuesday here. The 1-2 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, belt high, strike three called. Second strikeout for Kinney, both have been of the called third variety. Brings up Curtis Pride. Pride batting .305. 9 doubles, 2 homers, 17 runs batted in, hitless in 3 plate appearances last night. Outfield shaded towards left for Curtis. Pride, of course, earlier this week delivered the 1,200th hit of his minor league career. Corneau at first base, 1 out. The turn of the toss to first by Kinney, and Corneau dives back in safely. Corneau over at first. He has appeared in all but 1 game for the Bees this year, tops on the Salt Lake roster. Now the pitch to Curtis, fastball a little bit high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Pride. Curtis last year hit .286, 8 for 28 with 3 runs batted in against Fresno pitching. Throw to first, close, but Corneau dives back in ahead of the tag. Very strange last year. Fresno hit .331 against Salt Lake. Singers hit .295 against Fresno. So a 36-point difference between the two. As Pride checks his swing, the breaking ball is low, 2-0, yet Salt Lake won 10 out of the 16 games, even though Fresno actually scored 1 more run in the 16 games. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Pride. Corneau at first base, 1 out, no score, top of the second inning. Now the pitch, Pride swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep right center field, that ball's up there, it's out there, and it's off the top of the wall. Here comes Corneau around third to score. Curtis Pride in at second base with an RBI double, and the Bees have a 1-0 lead. Curtis Pride rifling that one, missed, clearing the fence by about a foot. And so Curtis with his 10th 2-base hit and his 18th double of the year, and the Bees have a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Corey Myers, the third baseman, the former Tucson Sidewinder, batting .188, no extra base hits, and 2 runs batted in. Did not play in last night's game. So Pride at second base now. 1 out, a run in. First pitch to Myers. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter. Ball 1. Myers with that pinch hit RBI single in his first plate appearance for Salt Lake. Last Saturday, a week ago yesterday in Las Vegas. Now the 1-0. Pride takes off for third. Got a huge jump to throw to third. Not in time. Curtis with his 9th stolen base in 10 tries, and he stole that one on the pitcher, Kinney. So now a runner at third with 1 out, and a healthy fly ball brings in the run. The count on Myers, 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield comes all the way in for Fresno, even though we're only in the second inning. Now Kinney ready, the 1-1 to Myers. Fastball high. 2-1 the count. Outfield straight away. Now Kinney's pitch. Corey swings and he misses at a changeup, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. He's leading 1-0 on the run-scoring double by Curtis Pride. Now Kinney's pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Drop third strike. Rodriguez holds the runner Pride at third and then throws to first for the out. Third strikeout for Matt Kenny, and there's 2 down here in the second inning, so it's up to Ryan Buddy to try to cash in this extra run. Buddy batting .196, 6 doubles, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. He did not play last night. Buddy last year 4 for 19 against Fresno pitching with a double, a homer, and 1 run batted in. So runner at third with 2 out. The infield drops back. The pitch to Ryan. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. So the Bees taking the lead here in the second inning. Kenny with a glance towards third, and he hits home. Low and outside a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's trying to get back to their high water mark at 10 games above 500 with a win here this afternoon. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. Pride stepping off his lead at third base. Now Kenny ready in the 1-2. But he swings and fouls it back over the screen into and out of the upper deck to the right of home plate. So it is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Reggie Willits due next. Kenny ready from the belt. The pitch. Change up high and inside the Buddy, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Bees here in the second inning. Now Kenny ready, the 2-2. Up high, 3-2. Remember when Kenny was with the Buzz for those 9 starts in 2000, the day after he pitched, a radio station from Bangor, Maine would call me and have me on the air to talk about his outing. He was on the fast track that year, started as AA, came up to the Buzz for 9 starts before spending the rest of the season with Minnesota. 3-2 payoff pitch, and Buddy fouls it back off the screen. So the count remains 3-2. He was 6-1 with New Britain that year in 15 starts, 5-2 with the Buzz in 9 starts, 2-2 in 8 starts for the Twins. Again, the 3-2 pitch to Buddy. Swinging a foul back into the screen. Overall, Kenny, 103 Major League appearances now, 58 of them starts with the Twins, Brewers, Royals, and Giants. 19-27 with 1 complete game victory, and that was for Milwaukee against his old teammates at Minnesota. Again, the 3-2 to Buddy. High ball 4, and Ryan works for the walk here with 2 outs in the second inning. First free pass given out by Kenny, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound from Trevor Wilson, the pitching coach. Reggie Willits will be the batter. He was called out on strikes his first time up. So runners at the corners, 2 out. Ken, like yesterday, maybe a little too much water put on the mound, as it hasn't rained here for a long time yet. Last night we saw Joe Saunders do it, and right now Matt Kenny with the tongue depressor to try to clean the dirt out of his spikes. So now the home plate umpire out to break up the conversation between Kenny, his catcher Rodriguez, and the pitching coach Trevor Wilson. So here's Willits now with Pride at third, Buddy at first, a run in. He's leading 1-0 here in the second inning. So now the catcher Rodriguez out in front of the plate with the defensive call in case Buddy breaks at first base. I would find that to be somewhat unlikely. Melo just behind the bag at third. Kenny ready, and the pitch to Willits. Ground ball towards the middle, backhanded by Hansen. The underhand toss just gets to Hutting in time ahead of Buddy for the force out at second, and that retires the side. But the Bees do take the lead with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Bees 1 and Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
Introducing Papa John's new Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza with onions and peppers, a new Southwestern pizza sauce. Choose marinated steak or grilled chicken for only $11.99. A large Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online at papajohns.com. Play 100 Sizzlin' Days of Summer at papajohns.com for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire. See store or website for details. Limited delivery area charges may apply.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams: the Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates and tenants. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union.
Here we come.
Every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230.
Go.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Bees. Todd Linden, Chad Santos, and Juan Melo, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up for Fresno here in the bottom half of inning number 2. When the Bees are at home, don't forget to be on the lookout for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, as they did on May 1st, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Todd Linden, the hitter, batting .246, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. 0 for 3 last night. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Ohlenberger. First pitch taking high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Linden back and forth. 03, 04, 05. Played in 94 games for the Giants over 3 years. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul. Back to the screen. 1-1. Linden second in the PCL last year with his 30 home runs. He was 5th in the league with a .437 on-base percentage. Overall hit .321, 30 homers, 80 runs batted in for the PCL All-Star. The 1-1 pitch inside. Half the bell and the count on Linden, 2-1. Linden, 189 hitter right now from the left side compared to 350 from the right side. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Ohlenberger, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Salt Lake here in the bottom of the second inning as Casey delivers the 2-2. Down low, ball 3. 3-2 the count. This Fresno ball club last in the PCL with a .247 team batting average. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. 1 down here in the second inning. That'll bring up Chad Santos, the first baseman, hitting .253. 9 doubles, 9 homers, 38 runs batted in. They're not last in runs scored, but they are in batting average. They're 247 runs, more than 4 other teams. Now the pitch to Santos is a fastball low, ball 1. 1-0 to the former Omaha Royal, hit .259 for Omaha last year. Now the 1-0 pitch, and that's a little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Santos. 38 home runs for Fresno. Second lowest total in the league. New Orleans the fewest with 37. Swing and a miss. And a changeup 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Santos. These lead the league, conversely, in average at 289 and with 340 runs scored, only Tucson at 301, the only 2 teams above 300 in runs scored this year. The pitch is pop foul, third base side into the upper deck, 2-2. Should be an interesting series in Tucson. The Sidewinders playing much better baseball than they did early in the season when the Tees and Sidewinders met. Now the 2-2 pitch. Fastball up and in, and fourth straight batter goes to 3-2 as Casey Olenberger's pitch count is on the rise. On a hot day like this, that's not good. The 3-2 fastball is high, ball 4. Santos becomes the first base runner for the Grizzlies in this game. Brings up one. Melo, the third baseman, hitting .265. 2 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in for Melo, who was 0 for 3 last night. So runner at first base, 1 out. The infield now moves into double play depth behind Olenberger. Pitch on the way. Melo swings and lofts it into center field. Reggie Willits coming in, running hard, now slows down and makes the catch. For out number 2, Santos retreats to first base. Willits started in, then had to pick up the speed. Although the wind helped blow it out towards him, and then he slowed down, was in perfect position to make the grab. Here's Jed Hansen, the veteran second baseman, hitting .246, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in, 1 for 3 with a double. He scored the lone Grizzlies run last night. Then in AAA since '96, did have some 80-plus games for the Kansas City Royals, 97 through 99. That's his last big league experience. A pitch on the way. Breaking ball outside. Ball 1 to the right-hand batter. Lifetime 51 for 200 against Salt Lake pitching. Santos at first, 2 outs, and Olenberger deals. A fastball up and in, a little chin music as Hansen spins out of the way. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Infield back, of course, with 2 outs. And not a cloud above Grizzlies Stadium. The clouds to the east by the mountains. The 2-0. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, just under the belt, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Hansen. Olenberger sets, and the right-hander deals. Curve ball, a little bit low, 3-1 on Hansen with Guillermo Rodriguez to next. A few more folks moving down into the sunshine. Figured to be the other direction into the shade at this point. Now the pitch. Hansen pops it foul. Back it out of play, and that fills the count at 3-2. So with 2 out, Santos will automatically be on the move over at first. Still a reported 92 degrees here in Fresno. Not quite as hot yet as they expected, but there's still time. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Hansen. Santos takes off. The payoff pitch is a curveball, strike 3 called, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a walk and 1 runner left on the base paths. That's the 3rd strikeout for Casey Olenberger. After 2, it's the Bees 1, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
At
athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike one.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pre-game and post-game feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti.
Here we come.
In Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go.
All right, third inning here in Fresno, 1-0 in favor of the Bees. Meister is tourist, Darren Erstad and Howie Kendrick due up to face right-hander Matt Kinney. His tourist was a ground rule double his first time up as he sent one onto the warning track in right center field and it caromed over the short fence. His tourist takes a strike 0-1. It's time for our third inning update of the average scoreboard as well. Next pitch to his tourist, a little bit inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. At Oklahoma, Iowa scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth. They now lead the Red Hawks 4-2. His tourist swings and lifts one foul, slicing out of play down the left field line. Good catch by the fan in row 8, who brought his glove and made a nice grab. 1-2 on his tourist. Colorado Springs defeats Tacoma today 4-3. Now the 1-2. Check swing on a breaking ball. Did he go around? No, says the arbiter at third, and it's 2-2. Bottom of the ninth at Memphis. New Orleans leads the Redbirds 2-0 on home runs by Wiki Gonzalez and Tyrell Godwin. Fifth at Sacramento. Las Vegas leads the Rivercats 4-0. Off-speed pitch. Strike 3 called. Fourth strikeout for Kinney. Third of the called third variety, and that'll bring up Darren Erstad, who flied out to Lewis and shallow left his first time up. Later on, Albuquerque's at Nashville. Omaha visits Round Rock, and Tucson plays host to Portland. Now the first pitch to Erstad. Low ball 1 in the American League after 5.5 at Oakland. The A's lead the Twins 4-1. And Johnson with his 4th home run of the year for Oakland. The 1-0 pitch. Erstad takes a strike on the inside corner at the knees. 1-1. Darren wearing his bright red Angels helmet. Now the 1-1. Swinging the ground foul behind home plate. I noticed Bartolo Colon is here. Did some working out earlier before the ball game, and he has that bright red glove of his. He's a big man. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Just outside of Phoenix, 2-2 the count. Kansas City leads at Seattle 7-3 in the 6th. Former Taylorsville High School star John Buck with his 3rd home run of the year for Kansas City. And the Angels at Cleveland later on. The 2-2 pitch to Erstad. Swung on, flared to left center field. Ortmeyer, the center fielder, in and over for it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Howie Kendrick, who grounded out to Santos at first his initial time up.
Howie Kendrick.
Boston, a winner at Detroit 8-3. David Ortiz, the former Buzzman, with his 16th home run of the year. Tampa Bay doubled up Toronto 10-5. The pitch to Kendrick, foul, backing out of play, strike 1. Baltimore crushed the Yankees 11-4. Javi Lopez with a pair of home runs for the Orioles. And Texas clubbed Chicago 10-2. White Sox struggling. They stay 2.5 behind the Tigers. National League, Cincinnati just scored 2 runs, and they're still batting in the top of the 11th inning, leading at Houston 6-4. Austin Kearns and Ryan Friel with 2 homers each. Kendrick takes a fastball high, 1-1. In the ninth at Denver, Florida leads Colorado 4-3. In the seventh at Los Angeles, the Phillies lead the Dodgers 3-2. Kendrick swings, and there it goes. Deep to left field. Lewis going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it's gone. In and out of the bleachers in left field. Howie Kendrick with his 7th home run of the year. His 3rd in the last 2 days. And it's now 2-0 Salt Lake. That one rattling in and out of the bleachers out in left field, right above the 385 sign, out in left center field. So the Bees now with a 2-run lead, and the batter will be Nick Gorneau. Single to left field his first time up and scored the first Bees run as Gorneau slices one foul out of play down the right field side for strike one. Arizona finished off a 4-game sweep at Atlanta 9-3. Former Stinger Jeff DeVanden with a homer and 3 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, and Gorneau hits it in the air to center field. Ortmeyer drifting back. He'll have room at the edge of the track in front of the 400-foot sign, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, the home run by Kendrick. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's the Bees 2, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold Maintenance Program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Here we go.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Fresno. 2-0 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Guillermo Rodriguez, Tim Hutting, and Fred Lewis due up to face right-hander Casey Olenberger. Rodriguez 0 for 6 in a Fresno uniform. He is here from single-A San Jose to take the spot of Yamid Had. Pitches high, ball 1. Had suspended for 50 games for violating baseball's performance-enhancing drug policy. Rodriguez was hitting .346 at San Jose. There's a line drive, left center field. Pride going back, reaches out and makes the over-the-shoulder grab for out number 1. Curtis got a good jump on that ball up the alley in left center and ran it down for the out. Here's Tim Hutting, who drove in the Fresno run last night, batting .205. 1 double, 3 runs batted in. Getting back to Rodriguez. Giants organization struggling at the catching position due to injuries. They're using a catcher from Double-A Connecticut right now with the injury to Mike Matheny. There's a strike called, 0-1. Injuries here at this level, the suspension of Hod doesn't help. Now the 0-1 into the dirt, ball 1. 1-1 the count on Hutting. 1 for 3 last night. Fresno actually has 2 players on that 50-day suspended list. Outfielder Abraham Nunez, who was with Tacoma last year, also suspended. 1-1 pitch, curveball strike on the outside corner, just under the belt. 1-2. Outfield straight away for the right-handed batter as Casey Olenberger delivers. Breaking ball misses downstairs, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Olenberger's pitch. Curveball low and away, and another full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty for Hutting. Now the pitch. Foul back and out of play. Olenberger already at 40 pitches. And we're only in the 3rd inning with 1 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Casey is swung out and driven up the alley towards right center field. A long run for Gordon. Oh, reaches out and makes a fine backhanded grab to take extra bases away from Hutting. Corneau with a great jump, racing deep into the alley, put his hand up over his head, backhanded the ball above his cap. And that could very well be our Mountains West Branches defensive play of the game. He had to go a long way for that one. The wind blowing out, trying to carry it away from him as well. So 2 out, nobody out, and the batter, Fred Lewis. And the first pitch bounces in, ball 1. Lewis flied out to Reggie Willits in center field, his first time up. One ball to count the pitch. Lewis takes a little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Fred Lewis. Important man to keep off the base pass. He has a good eye at the plate, leads this Grizzly team with 36 walks. And he takes high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Adam Shabala, the designated hitter, is due next. 3-0 delivery. Lewis takes a strike at the knees, 3-1. And Tacoma falls today, 4-3. Tacoma in 3rd place at the start of the day, 3.5 games behind the Bees. Losing today at Colorado Springs. Now Olenberger winds the 3-1 to Lewis. Swung on and lifted foul, 3rd base side, and yet another full count. 7 out of the 10 batters in this game have worked to a full count against Casey Olenberger. It could be a busy day for the bullpen if that pitch count stays high, as Lewis takes a little bit high, ball 4. He hesitated going to first. Olenberger took 2 steps towards the 3rd base dugout, thinking he had a called 3rd strike. Instead, Lewis, with his team-leading 37th walk, is now at first base. He's 8 out of 11 in the stolen base department this year. And the batter will be Adam Shabala, who pops up to the first baseman, Mike Elward, his initial time up. Toss to first, and Lewis is back. Don't forget, all kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location, or their parents can, at 5650 South State Street in Murray, to enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at the Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, after all, you know this guy. Two outs, a runner at first, bottom of the 3rd, 2-0 Salt Lake. Now the pitch from Olenberger, a fastball outside, ball 1. AC continuing to struggle with the strike zone. One ball, no strikes. Kendrick deep at second base for the left-hand batter. Olenberger, the turn and the toss to first base, and Lewis back in easily. Again, the Bees home 1 week from tomorrow to open up the longest homestand of the year. Make your plans, as the Bees will be home for 14 games, 14 days. Now the time called before Olenberger delivers, 4 against Fresno, 5 including a Saturday night 5 o'clock doubleheader against Las Vegas on the 17th, an off day on Tuesday the 20th, and then Sacramento in for 5 days. So a busy home month in June for the Bees. One ball to count the pitch. Swung on by Shabala and sliced deep and foul down the left field side. And the chase is on for the Souvenir. The count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Shabala. 273 hitter last year for Fresno. Made his major league debut, went 3 for 15 at 200 average in 6 games with 4 runs batted in. Out of the University of Nebraska. There goes Lewis. The pitch is high, Buddy's throw is high, and Lewis is in with a head-first slide. 9th stolen base in 12 tries for Lewis. So he's now in scoring position with a count of 2-1 on Shabala. The proud Nebraska baseball program shocked at home in the NCAA Regional this week. Eliminated in 2 games by a couple of programs not considered to be college baseball powerhouses in Manhattan University and the University of San Francisco. 2 balls, 1 strike on Shabala. Lewis at second base, 2 out, bottom of the 3rd, 2-0 D's. Olenberger ready, the 2-1. Shabala swings and skies it to left field. Curtis Pride, the glove up, shades down, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, and 1 runner was left on the base paths. We played 3 here in Fresno. The Bees 2, the Grizzlies nothing on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. It combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster, charge by phone, or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw.
Here we come.
By Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve.
All right, we go to the 4th inning. 2-0 Salt Lake. It'll be Mike Elward, Curtis Pride, and Corey Myers, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up to face right-hander Matt Kinney. Mike Elward called out on strikes his first time up. First pitch swinging, grounds it foul outside the bag at 3rd for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Bees. No runs, no hits for the Grizzlies. 1 strike the count on Elward. As Kinney deals. Swung on, line towards second, fielded on 1 hop by Hansen to his left, and from short right field, throws to first for the out. Nice play by Jed Hansen, the Fresno second baseman. 1 out, that'll bring up Curtis Pride, who doubled high off the wall in center field to drive in the first Bees run in the 2nd inning. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake TCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. Now, this was a big offensive anniversary for the Salt Lake franchise. First pitch to Pride, low, ball 1. On this date in 2000, Mario Valdez ties a Pacific Coast League record by driving in 7 runs in 1 inning as the Buzz win at Calgary 24-4. 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul back, 1-1. Valdez hit a 3-run homer and a grand slam in the 5th inning as the Buzz tied the franchise record with 13 runs in that frame. They also had a 10-run second inning as Salt Lake scored the 24 runs in just 7 innings, as this was the second game of a doubleheader against the Cannons. The 24 runs, the second highest run total in franchise history. There was a game at Colorado Springs where they beat the Sky Sox 28-3. The 1-1 to Pride, he shows bunt with a third baseman Malo back, but the fastball is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Valdez traded for catcher Danny Ardois in July, and I think the loss of the bat of Valdez may have cost the Buzz that year a chance at the title. There's a pitch high and inside, 3-1, especially with Doug Minkiewicz having to leave the team for the U.S. Olympics team that won the gold medal at Sydney. Salt Lake didn't have quite the offense in the postseason that they had during the regular season. The 3-1 pitch to Pride, swinging a ground ball right side past the diving Santos, the first baseman, into right field. So Curtis is 2 for 2. He now needs 4 hits for 1,400 hits in his professional career, minor league and major league combined. Hit number 5 in the ball game for the Bees, and that'll bring up Corey Myers, who struck out swinging his first time up. This date in Salt Lake PCL history brought to you by Med1 Medical. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. Med1 Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. Infield, double play depth behind Kitty. His jersey soaked in sweat on this hot afternoon here in Fresno. Now Matt ready. The turn of the toss to first, and Curtis is back in standing. Pride stole third base back in the second inning. His 9th steal in 10 tries. He stole 10 bases all of last year. Now Kenny sets the 1-strike pitch. Curveball low and outside. The catcher Rodriguez sliding to his right to knock it down. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Corey Myers, with Ryan Buddy due next. Kenny from the belt, the 1-1. Fastball strike on the outside corner above the knees, 1-2. These with a win today would also guarantee themselves their 13th non-losing series out of 15 played. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Myers. Kitty to step off and the throw to first, and Pride's back in, standing up. And the big news in baseball today, the Cardinals put Albert Pujols on the disabled list with a strained oblique muscle. Could be out as long as 6 weeks for the Cardinals. The 1-2 pitch, fastball outside at the belt, 2-2 the count. Suffered the injury while turning to go chase down a pop fly yesterday. Chris Duncan, an outfielder, was recalled from the Memphis Redbirds. Two balls, 2 strikes on Myers. The pitch as Pride takes up. The curveball is low. The throw to second base is not in time. And it's a stolen base for Curtis, his second of the game. The count full of 3-2. A bang-bang play at second base. Grizzlies thought they got him, but to no avail. So Curtis has already equaled his stolen base total of last year. So Rudder at second base, 1 out. Curtis's season high, 50 stolen bases, 21 at AA, 29 at AAA back in 1993. Rudder at second base, the 3-2 pitch. Fastball high, he walked him. Second walk issued by Kinney, and the Bees now have runners at first and second base with 1 out. So here's Buddy, who walked in the second inning. Infield, double play depth behind Kenny as the Bees look to add to a 2-0 lead. The pitch to Ryan. Swung on, popped up. Short right center field. Hansen calling for it. The infield fly rule in effect, and Hansen makes the catch for out number 2. 2 down. Runners at first and second now for Reggie Willits, who's 0 for 2. He is struck out and bounced into an inning-ending fielder's choice. That 4-game series sweep by the Diamondbacks over the Braves in Atlanta. First time that has happened to the Braves at home. A 4-game series sweep by the opposition since the Phillies did it in May of 1995. Diamondbacks first place in the National League West. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch to Willits is a strike. On the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Reggie still looking to get on base to extend his on-base streak to 19 games. One strike on Reggie. Pride the lead at second. The pitch. Low and inside to the left-hand batter. That evens the count on Reggie at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The outfield, a couple of steps around towards left. Lewis Shallow in left field. Now Kenny ready, the 1-1. Willits takes a strike in at the knees, 1-2. Jeff Mathis getting a rare day off today. He's somewhat short-handed over the last few weeks. Jeff has either caught or when he hasn't caught, he's been the designated hitter. 1-2 the count on Willits. Kenny checks Pride at second. There goes Curtis to third. The pitch is sliced foul out of play down the left field line. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Bees, with a couple of stolen bases by Curtis in this game, now have 63 on the year, second in the league behind Nashville, but they have 98. He's far and away the league leader with 43 caught stealing. Now Kenny ready, and the 1-2 again to Willits. Reggie grounds one to the right side, scooped up on the second bounce by Santos. He'll take it 4 steps to the bag, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Bees 2, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't.
Here we come.
Fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 12.
Go.
All right, bottom of the 4th inning here in Fresno. 2-0 the score in favor of the Bees. It'll be Daniel Ortmeyer, Todd Linden, and Chad Santos, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the Fresno batting order to face right-hander Casey Olenberger. Daniel Ortmeyer to lead things off. He struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch here is inside, ball one to the left-hand batter. 1-0 the count on Ortmeyer. And Casey Ohlenberger's thrown a lot of pitches in this game. The pitch is popped up foul, third base side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming into this inning, Ohlenberger has thrown 53 pitches in 3 innings. There's a pitch high for a ball, 2-1. He's gone to a full count on 7 of the 11 batters he's faced. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Ortmeyer. At his major league debut last year with the Giants. Swings and grounds one to the right side. Kendrick to his left, scoops it up, and from short right field spins and throws to first for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Todd Linden, who struck out swinging his first time up. Well, time now for our weekly Sunday look at how the former Salt Lake players who are playing Major League Baseball in Japan are doing. And Adam Riggs must be on a real tear. The former Stinger playing for the Yakult Swallows. 16 doubles, 16 homers, 41 runs batted in, batting .302 for the Swallows, leading the team in home runs and RBI. He wasn't a couple of weeks ago. Pitch on the way, a changeup high, ball one. Rick Short, the PCL batting champion, an 0-2 with the Stingers, 0-5 last year with New Orleans, batting .315 for Rakuten, with 13 doubles and 14 runs batted in. A 1-0 pitch on the way, high ball two, his Golden Eagle teammate, Jose Fernandez, Stingers third baseman in 2001, leads Rakuten with 14 doubles, 12 homers, and 34 runs batted in while batting .325. Corey Lee, who pitched for the Stingers last year, has made 10 starts for the Nippon Ham Fighters as Linden pops one foul, third base side out of play, and the count's 2-1. He's 4-3 with a 3.57 ERA. Jason Romano, who is 7-6 for the Buzz in 2000, has made 13 appearances, 8 starts for Hiroshima, has won 1 and lost 3 with a 4.73 earned run average. 2-1 pitch to Linden, curveball in at the knees, a strike 2-2. Jason Beverland for Yokohama has made 6 starts. Jason pitched for Salt Lake in 2001. He's 0-3. Mark Kroon, who pitched in 0-3 for Salt Lake, 0-3, but has all 9 saves for Yokohama. The 2-2 pitch to Linden bounces in and away, ball 3, so another full count. Dan Serafini either is hurt or has been released or moved to the Japanese minor leagues. He's still stuck on 5 appearances, 4 starts with an 0-3 record for Oryx. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Linden as Ohlenberger delivers the payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. That's the third walk issued by Casey. So he has 3 strikeouts and 3 walks as the Grizzlies have a runner at first base with 1 out for Chad Santos, who walked his first time up. You've got to think that the number of pitches and the full counts that Ohlenberger has worked to in this game will eventually come back to bite him, especially on a hot Sunday, sunny afternoon here in Fresno. On to a full count now, and 8 out of 13 batters faced. First pitch on the way, sliced down the left field line, heading towards the corner, but twisting foul. 1 strike the count on Chad Santos. That had extra bases written all over it, but it had enough of a slice to carry across the line. 1 strike on Santos. 2-0 D's here in the bottom of the 4th. Santos, left-handed batter, leads this Fresno team with 9 home runs and with 38 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch, Santos takes a fastball outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield double play depth. Ohlenberger ready, the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball through the right side into right field, a base hit. First hit of the ball game for Fresno. Stopping at second base is Linden. And now the Grizzlies are in business with runners at first and second and only 1 out. The batter will be Juan Melo. Flight out to Reggie Willits in center field his first time up. So that's only the fourth hit in 12 1/3 innings for Fresno in this series. Melo acquired from Colorado on May 25th for future considerations. He had been playing at Colorado Springs. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch cut at and missed. Big swing by Melo. Comes up empty, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Melo hit .211 in 33 games for the Sky Sox. Now the 0-1 pitch. Melo swings, and it's a liner. Backhanded by Kendrick. He'll flip to his tourist as they double Linden off second base to retire the side. 60-second double play turned by the Bees this season. A line drive only a step away from Howie Kendrick. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base as we go to the 5th. It's the Bees 2 and Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low down, low monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches.
Here we come.
Clean. The skies are blue. The water is clear. And the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go.
We go to the 5th inning. It's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Bees. Meister is Torres to lead things off. He's doubled and struck out in 2 plate appearances. The first pitch for Matt Kinney, a fastball outside, ball 1. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Bees. No runs, 1 hit for Fresno. Now the 1-ball pitch. Low it inside to the left-hand batter. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset. The Fresno defensive alignment, Fred Lewis, Daniel Ortmeyer, and Todd Linden in left, center, and right. We'll give you the infield after the 2-0 pitch. His Torres pops it up foul to the left of home plate and out of play. 2-1 the count. Juan Melo at third, Tim Hudding at short, Chad Hansen at second base, and Chad Santos is at first. A battery, Matt Kinney pitching, Guillermo Rodriguez catching. 2-1 to his Torres is fouled straight back. And the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on his Torres with Aaron Erstad and Howie Kendrick to follow. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. Check swing, and it missed outside. They appealed the check swing. He did not go around, says the arbiter at third. The count full at 3-2. I think both Kinney and Rodriguez thought it should have been a called strike in the first place. That barely missed. The 3-2 payoff pitch is Torres takes low, ball 4. Third walk issued by Kinney, and the leadoff man's aboard for the Bees here in the 5th. Brings up Darren Erstad, who's flied out twice, once to left and once to center. Well, it's not too late to take advantage of the Great Bees Family Pass this summer. You can get your entire immediate family into all Bees home games for the rest of the summer for the incredible low price of just $199. That's every single game the rest of the season, including all the great fireworks shows, giveaway nights, and special appearances. Runner at first base, nobody out. Erstad swings at the ground ball to second. Could be two. No, it's through the legs of the second baseman, Hansen, and everybody is straight. Instead of the Grizzlies potentially turning two, they didn't get anybody. And that ball went right through the legs of the second baseman, Hansen. The usually sure-handed Hansen. So runners at first and second, nobody out, and a chance for the Bees to tack on to their 2-0 lead. Howie Kendrick 1 for 2, homer to left field his last time up. Stop by the Franklin Covey Field ticket office to get your family set up for an entire summer of fun, with the Salt Lake Bees with that family pass. First pitch to Kendrick, a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. 2-0 Bees. They have runners at first and second now here in the 5th inning with nobody out. Howie Kendrick leads the league with a .390 batting average coming in. Swings and fouls it off. First base side, out of play, and into the upper deck and downstairs. And all the way back onto the field. A fan leaning over the railing of his suite got a hand on it. It bounced off his hand, off the facing of the suite, hit down into the upper deck, and then bounced down to the lower deck and all the way back onto the field of play. Talk about a lost souvenir. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Kendrick. Now Kenny ready, the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, first base side, scooped up by Santos on the short hop. Takes it 2 steps to the bag for the out. His Torres goes to third, Erstad to second base on the play. So now 1 out, and the Bees have 2 runners in scoring position for Nick Gorneau. Singled and scored in the second, fly to center field in the third. So the league RBI leader, tied with Nelson Cruz of Nashville, with a chance to tack on to his total here. They play in at the corners, back at short and second. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. So ground ball to short or second, and a run comes in. Ground ball to third or first. The throw would likely come to the plate. Although the speediest Torres is the runner at third base. The 0-1 to Gorneau. Swung on and lofted high into left center field. That should be deep enough to score the run. Ortmeyer, the center fielder, makes the catch. His Torres tags at third. Erstad will hold at second. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Nick Gorneau. And the Bees now lead it 3-0. For Nick, his 45th run batted in.
Elward.
Here's Mike Elward, 0 for 2. Called out on strikes in the second. Grounded out to second in the 4th inning. So the run is unearned, but it's on the board as the Bees now lead it 3-0. First pitch to Elward. Swung on and popped up. Short left field. The shortstop Hudding calling for it. About 15 feet back on the outfield grass. Juggles it momentarily, but hangs on to retire the side. 1 run unearned. No hits, 1 error, 1 left. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's the Bees 3, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
Introducing Papa John's new Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza with onions and peppers, a new Southwestern pizza sauce. Choose marinated steak or grilled chicken for only $11.99. A large Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online at papajohns.com. Play 100 Sizzlin' Days of Summer at papajohns.com for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire. See store or website for details. Limited delivery area charges may apply.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Med1 Medical. Med One Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med One today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230.
Phil.
All right, bottom of the fifth inning here in Fresno. The Bees now leading 3-0. Jed Hansen, Guillermo Rodriguez, and Tim Hutting. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the Fresno batting order to face right-hander Casey Olenberger. Jed Hansen called out on strikes his first time up as Olenberger kicks and delivers, and it's a strike as he tried to hold up on his swing on an off-speed pitch, but could not, and the count's 0-1. No balls, one strike to count. Olenberger deals, and Hansen swings, and he pops it up. Foul ground, first base side. Elward coming down the line in front of the Fresno dugout, makes the catch for out number 1. Ryan Buddy, the catcher, took the mask off and had no idea where the ball was, but Elward picked it up right away and came down the line to make the catch. So out number 1 recorded, and that'll bring up Guillermo Rodriguez, who flied out to Curtis Pride in left center his last time up. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Curtis Pride, Reggie Willits, and Nick Corneau in left, center, and right. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Strike 1. Corey Myers at third. Meister Torres at short. Howie Kendrick at second, and Mike Elward at first. The battery of Casey Olenberger pitching. Ryan Buddy catching. The 0-1. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left center field. Curtis Pride in and over on the run. Makes the shoulder high catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Tim Hutting, who is robbed of extra bases on a fine running catch by Nick Corneau in the alley in right center field his first time up. Final from Oakland, the Twins a winner. Excuse me, the A's a winner over the Twins, 5-1. So 2 out, nobody on base. And the first pitch is high and inside, ball 1. To Tim Hutting, who drove in the only run for Fresno last night with a 2-out single in the 8th inning, breaking up Joe Saunders' streak of consecutive scoreless innings at 31 1/3 as Olenberger has one slip out of his hands, go over the head of Hutting, and go all the way back to the screen. 2-0 the count on the right-hand batter. And the Bees started the day with a 2-game lead over second place Portland, 3.5 up on third place Tacoma. The Rainiers have already lost. There's a fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees, 2-1. Colorado Springs a winner, 4-3 at home over the Rainiers. Now the 2-1 offering. Fastball away from the right-handed batter at the knees, 3-1 the count. Asensio the winner, 4-3. Livingston the loser, 1-4. Nate Field with his 10th save for Colorado Springs, second in the league in that department. Here's a breaking ball outside, ball 4, and that's the 4th walk issued by Casey Olenberger. Walking the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You're walking a tightrope after you do that. Here's Fred Lewis, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. He stole second base but was stranded there. In the 3rd inning. A runner at first base, 2 out. Now Olenberger's pitch. Lewis swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Outfield pretty much straight away for Lewis. Although a little bit of an interesting alignment as Curtis Pride shaded towards the line a little bit in left, but Reggie Willits a couple of steps over towards right center, so a big gap out in left center field. Now the 0-1. Off speed and outside at the knees, a ball. 1-1 the count on Lewis. Cousin of former Salt Lake Buzz outfielder Matt Lawton. His major league career may have come to an end after being released by the Mariners recently. The 1-1 pitch. Lewis takes a fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Was not getting regular playing time with the Mariners was Matt, who spent all 10 years in the big league since he left Salt Lake and was promoted to the Twins during that 96 season. Olenberger to step off and throw to first, and Hutting dives back in safely. Kendrick deep at second base with a left-hand hitter. Olenberger ready, the 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss as he blew the fastball by him, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lewis, out of Mississippi, born in Hattiesburg, lives in Wiggins, Mississippi. 25-year-old left-handed batter, second-round pick in 2002 by the Giants out of Southern University in Baton Rouge. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 call on the outside corner at the knees, and that retires the side. Strikeout number 4 for Casey Olenberger. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 runner was left on base. We play 5 here in downtown Fresno. It's the Bees 3, the Grizzlies nothing on ESPN 1230.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up.
Here we come.
Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
Whether you're into college sports or now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
Here's Steve Klauke.
6th inning here at Grizzly Stadium in downtown Fresno. The Bees leading 3-0. It'll be Curtis Pride, Corey Myers, and Ryan Buddy due up to face right-hander Matt Kinney. Curtis doubled in a run in the 2nd inning. He singled in the 4th. He's stolen a couple of bases. A busy day for Curtis Pride on this Sunday afternoon. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the average scoreboard. Bees leading this game 3-0 with single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. Curtis swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1. Iowa with 2 runs in the 9th beats Oklahoma today 4-2. Talking about some Major League veterans, Kerry Leitenberg gets the win. Antonio Alfonseca takes the loss. Pitch to Pride, a fastball inside of the belt. That evens the count at 1-1. Colorado Springs edged Tacoma 4-3. New Orleans shuts out the Redbirds in Memphis 2-0. Tyrell Godwin, Wiki Gonzalez, homered for New Orleans. Here's Pride shooting in on one hop to first. Scooped up nicely by Santos, and he'll take it 5 steps to the bag for the out. A hard hit ball off the bat of Curtis Pry, but Chad Santos, the third baseman, able to stay with it. One out for Corey Myers, who has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances. They're in the 8th at Sacramento. Las Vegas leading the River Cats 7-1. Later on, Albuquerque at Nashville. Round Rock hosting Omaha, and Portland visiting Tucson. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Strike 1. They're going to the 9th at Seattle. Kansas City out in front of the Mariners 9-4. Taylorsville's John Buck with his 3rd home run of the year. Later on, the Angels at Cleveland. The pitch, fastball high. 1-1 to count on Corey Myers. Boston down Detroit 8-3. David Ortiz with his 16th home run of the year for the Red Sox. The 1-1. Fastball low. 2-1 to count. Baltimore beat the Yankees 11-4. Tampa Bay topped Toronto 10-5. Texas walloped Chicago 10-2, and Oakland beat Minnesota 5-1. 2-1 to Myers is right down the middle of strike 2 and 2. National League, they're going to the bottom of the 8th at Los Angeles. The Phillies just scored 3 runs in the top of the inning to take a 6-3 lead at Los Angeles. The 2-2 pitch on the way, strike 3 call on the outside corner above the knees, and Myers doesn't like it as he heads back to the third base dugout. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Matt Kinney. 2 outs for Ryan Buddy, who's walked and topped up in 2 plate appearances. Arizona, as we mentioned earlier, complete a 4-game series sweep for the Braves in Atlanta with a 9-3 win. Former Stinger Jeff Devan in a home run and 3 RBI. Fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. The home run for Devan in his 3rd of the year. In 12 innings, the Giants edged the Mets 7-6. Now the 0-1. Curve ball, that's in at the knees, and Buddy's in the hole 0-2. San Diego shuts out Pittsburgh 1-0. Chris Young, Trevor Hoffman combined on a 2-hitter. In 11 innings in Houston, the Reds beat the Astros 6-4. 2 homers each for Ryan Friel and Austin Kearns of the Reds. The 0-2 to Buddy. Fastball outside at the knees, 1-2. At Milwaukee, Washington whips the Brewers 8-4. 2 home runs for Alfonso Soriano. Cardinals beat the Cubs 9-6. Greg Maddux takes the loss, and Florida edges Colorado and Denver 4-3. Now the 1-2 pitch to Buddy. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 6 strikeouts for Kinney, who works a 1-2-3 inning for the first time this afternoon. And after 5.5, it remains the Bees 3, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls, or the ham and Swiss bowl, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Hi, Evening News? It's the anchorman there. The guy who reads the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, the blonde guy. Well, I need him to mention that I'm looking for a home. Yep, a new home. Well, that way anyone selling in the area can call me, and we can work out a viewing around my schedule. And I'm only available Sunday between 2 and 4. You haven't mentioned that, would you? Thanks.
You don't need to make an announcement when you're looking for a home to buy. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage makes it easy to find open houses in a range of styles and prices, including new construction, giving you every advantage in finding a home. You can access information about our open houses on our website. And the more homes you view, the more likely you are to find the one that's absolutely perfect for you. If you're already searching for a home, thinking about buying, or just interested in the local real estate market, go to utahhomes.com today.
No, I'm holding for the anchorman.
To find the open houses you want to see this weekend,
here we go.
Homes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1238.
Go.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-0 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Adam Chabala, Daniel Ortmeyer, and Todd Linden, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, to face Casey Ohlenberger. Again, Ohlenberger throwing a lot of pitches early on in this ball game. His pitch count has got to be up there a little bit. As Adam Shibala stands in, he's popped to first and fly to left field. Olenberger, through the first 5 innings, has thrown 81 pitches, 41 of them for strikes. This could very well be his last inning. The first pitch to Shibala, swung on and fouled off to the left out of play, strike one. No ball, 1 strike to count on Shibala. Tied a Nebraska record his senior year of 2000 with a perfect 1,000 fielding percentage. There's a breaking ball in the dirt, back to the screen, 1-1. As he handled flawlessly all 121 chances that came his way. One ball, 1 strike to the left-hand batter as Olenberger deals. Swinging a foul back to the screen as that fastball was in on the hands of Shibala, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-0 D's here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 delivery. Shibala hits one sharply up the middle. Diving backhand stop by Kendrick. Gets up and throws to first for the out. What a play by Howie Kendrick. Taking a hit away from Adam Shibala with an all-out extension dive to his right. To field that ball off of 1 hop and then throw a perfect strike to first. Well, maybe that's our Mountains West Ranch's defensive play of the game. You'll find out during the 10th inning show. That'll bring up Daniel Ortmeyer, who has struck out and grounded to Kendrick at second base. 1 strike to count on Ortmeyer. Now Olenberger ready, the pitch. Just a little bit inside at the belt, and that evens the count at 1-1. Well, Howie Kendrick's been doing it all lately with the glove and with the bat. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss to the fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Ortmeyer. 3-0 D's here in the bottom of the 6th. Won the opening game of this series yesterday, 5-1. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on, popped up foul. First base sided out of play. Actually, it was a 1-2 pitch. The board was off. So now the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the umpire holds up the count, trying to get the scoreboard operator to correct his mistake. And now he does. More and more folks in the shaded areas of Grizzly Stadium at this point in the afternoon. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball high, 2-2, the count on Ortmeyer. And the Bees back home on June 12th against these Fresno Grizzlies. The 2-2 pitch, high and outside, 3-2. That's the next Harmon's Family Night. Stop by your neighborhood Harmon's, pick up the Family Night voucher, and get 8 family members in for just $16. That's on Monday, June 12th against the Fresno Grizzlies. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. 3-2 payoff pitch, a changeup is lofted to center field. Reggie Willett shading his eyes with his glove, now in his step, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the Fresno 6th. That'll bring up Todd Linden, who has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances.
Todd Linden.
So here's Linden. First round sandwich pick, 41st selection overall by the Giants in 2001. Who started his collegiate career at the University of Washington before transferring to LSU. First pitch to Linden on the way. Line drive and a diving catch by Mike Elward. Diving to his left to take a hit away. Boy, the Bees throwing out some serious leather on a Sunday afternoon. 3 up, 3 down. Maybe that's the Mountains West Ranch's defensive play of the game. That's another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. At 8:01, it's easy. We go to the 7th. It's the Bees 3, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
Here we come.
And Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Clark.
Go.
7th inning here in Fresno. The Bees leading 3-0. Top of the order due up. Reggie Willits, Meister Torres, Darren Erstad. Both bullpens are active right now as we start the 7th inning. Jonathan Rauenhorst up in the Bees bullpen. First pitch to Willits. He shows bunt, lays it down foul. Third base side, strike 1. Meanwhile, a right-hander is now up. I believe that's Matt Anderson in the Fresno bullpen. Willits still looking to reach base. His 18-game on-base streak on the line, possibly here in this at-bat. Although he would bat again in the 9th inning if somebody reaches base and there are no double plays turned by the Grizzlies. Boy, Matt Kinney's jersey soaked all the way through and sweat on this hot afternoon as Willits fouls one back for a strike, and it's 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary for the Bees. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. For Fresno, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. The Bees have left 6 runners on base, while the Grizzlies have stranded 4. Matt Kinney ready, and the pitch. Willits grounds one right side, past the diving Hansen into right field, a base hit. And so Reggie Willits extends that streak now to 19 consecutive games on base. So Willits at first, nobody out for Meister Torres, who has doubled, taken a call, third strike. Last time around in the 5th, he walked and scored a run. The Bees with 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th. The 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. So runner at first base, nobody out. Kinney ready, the pitch. Torres shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Torres. Bees looking to add that Geico insurance run. We'll tell you about that after Kinney delivers the 1-0 to Torres. Up high, 2-0. First time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. So far, there have been 26 Geico Insurance runs this year, making the total donation $650. Pitch on the way is down the middle for a strike, and the count on Torres, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The infield at double play depth. Now Kinney ready. The throw to first, and Willits dives back in safely. Reggie leading the Bees with 14 stolen bases. He's been thrown out 8 times trying to steal. Now Kinney ready. The 2-1 is Torres swings and lifts it in the air to center field. Back forward, Ortmeyer backpedaling, has room at about 10 feet in front of the warning track. Makes the catch for out number 1 as Willits retreats back to first base. Brings up Darren Erstad, who turns 32 years old today. Don't think he ever anticipated spending his birthday in Fresno, but that's the situation. Ken Erstad, along with his tourists, scheduled to be with the Bees through this series and then will be evaluated on Wednesday. First pitch to Erstad, and it's in at the knees, a strike 0-1. The Angels are in Tampa through Wednesday and then have an off day Thursday as they come home to begin a series against the Seattle Mariners. So I think both Erstad and his tourists hope to be activated for that series, which obviously then will take some roster changes. Fastball high, 1-1. There's some tough decisions as to who it might be that comes down from the Angels. Again, on the surface, it would appear to be Eric Ivar for his Taurus and Tommy Murphy for Erstad, but a lot can be changed between now and then. There's a fastball high, 2-1, as Willits bluffs to move at first base. It'll be very interesting as to see how it all shakes out. 2 balls and a strikeout. Erstad still looking for his first hit in his rehab. 0 for 3 at Rancho and 0 for 7 now for Salt Lake. Go to first again, and Willits dives back in ahead of the tag of Santos. We're in the top of the 7th. He's leading 3-0 with a runner at first base and nobody out. Now Kenny sets. Here's the 2-1. Erstad fouls it back over the screen into the upper deck, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Erstad, first overall pick in the draft, 95 out of Nebraska. Was former punter on the national championship team. He kicked a 60-yard field goal in high school. Throw to first, and Willits is back. Erstad, first player in Major League history to win Gold Gloves at both the outfield and first base. As a matter of fact, the first to win a Gold Glove at 3 different positions. Left field in 2000, center field in 2002, first base in 2004. Now the 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside, and the count on Erstad is full at 3-2. So with 1 out and a full count, I would expect Willits to be on the move over at first base. Three balls, 2 strikes. Now Kenny ready. The payoff pitch. Willits takes off. Swinging a chopper left side. The third baseman Malo in and over. Makes the catch and throw to first for the out as Willits takes second base. So 2 out. The batter will be Howie Kendrick, who's 1 for 3. That one, a solo homer back in the 3rd inning. And that may be all for Matt Kenny as Shane Turner, the Fresno manager, pops out of the first base dugout and makes the walk to the mound. That could be all for Kenny. Those pitched, for the most part, a pretty good ball game. The 1 run in the 5th inning is an unearned run. Boy, his jersey about 5 shades darker than that of Turner, and now Shane will head back to the first base dugout and leave Kenny behind to try to finish the inning. Willits at second base, 2 out. Again, Jonathan Rauenhorst throwing in the Bees bullpen. Oh, we're likely to see the left-hander come on in the 7th inning for Salt Lake. A runner at second base, 2 out. Kendrick the batter. First pitch from Kenny. Fastball up and in. Leans Howie back out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrick to the Bees this year. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. There's a pitch driven up the alley in right center field. Todd Linden on his horse won't get to it. It's off the top of the wall. In to score Willits. Kendrick to second base with an RBI double. And it's now 4-0 Salt Lake. Well, one halfway up the wall in right center field. A strong drive by Kendrick. And that now will be all for Matt Kenny as Kendrick drives in his 37th run of the year. Matt Anderson will be the new pitcher now for the Fresno Grizzlies. We'll tell you all about him after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Here's Nick Corneau, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI on a sacrifice fly his last time up. The Bees just played in their Geico Insurance run of the game, and the RBI double by Howie Kendrick. Matt Anderson on the pitch. First pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Rodriguez for ball 1. Matt Anderson, who was the overall pick in the draft, number 1 overall pick in the draft, 2 years after Erstad in 1997 out of Rice. For Anderson, his 15th appearance of the year in 21 innings. He's given up 25 hits, 18 runs, 17 of them earned. He has struck out 21 and walked 20. He's 1-2 with a 7.29 earned run average. The PCL batting .301 against Anderson. His fastball is high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Anderson in his 9th year out of Louisville, Kentucky. Hendrick at second base, 2 outs, a run in. The pitch. Swinging a foul, straight back out of play. And the count's 2-1. 4-0 in favor of the Bees here in the top of the 7th inning. Kendrick at second base. 2 out. Anderson's pitch. Fastball low, 3-1 the count. Anderson signed by the Giants as a free agent in December. Last year was in the Rockies organization, making 46 appearances for the Sky Sox and 12 for the Colorado Rockies. Now the 3-1 pitch. Fastball is high, but in the strike zone, 3-2, a slow right arm for the home plate umpire. I think Gorneau thought that was high and not up in the strike zone. Anderson, a veteran of 257 Major League games pitched with the Tigers and Rockies. Never did pan out like they thought he would. The 3-2 pitch, Gorneau pops it up foul. Third base side is out of play. So full count on Gorneau at 3-2. We're in the top of the 7th, 4-0 Salt Lake. Three balls, 2 strikes. Mike Elward due next. As Anderson deals. Swung on line, base hit down the left field line and rolling toward the corner. Kendrick around third and headed for home. Gorneau motoring around first and on his way to second base with an RBI double. And the Bees now lead it 5-0. Gorneau with his 15th double and his league-leading 46th run batted in. So back-to-back 2 baggers, each one driving in a run for the Bees. That'll bring up Mike Elward, who's 0 for 3. Popped to short his last time up. Anderson's first pitch to Elward, and it's a fastball high, ball 1. That closed the books on Matt Kinney. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Struck out 6, walked 3, and surrendered 1 home run. The 1-0 to Elward. Fastball sinks a little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 to count. First multi-run inning for the Bees. As Anderson deals the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Curtis Pride is on deck. All of the Major League action is done for the day, with the exception of the ESPN Sunday night game over on 1320 KFAN, the Angels and the Indians from Cleveland. 3-0 pitch on the way. Fastball strike, 3-1. Angels trying to make it 2 out of 3 at Cleveland before traveling to Florida to take on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in a 3-game series. Now the 3-1 pitch. Elward swings and fouls it straight back to fill the count at 3-2. Five runs, 8 hits for the Bees. No runs, 1 hit for the Grizzlies. Fresno has committed the only errors so far. Bees have made several outstanding defensive plays in the field today. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Elward. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Still 3-2. 7,257 the paid attendance, many of them dressed as green empty seats. Three balls, 2 strikes, the count on Elward, and the payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. First walk issued by Anderson, the 4th given out by Fresno pitching in the ball game. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who's 2 for 3. With the double, a run batted in, and 2 stolen bases. So runners at first and second base. 2 out, 2 runs in for the Bees. They lead at 5-0. Anderson ready, and the pitch to Pride. Swing and a miss to the fastball, strike 1. That one registered up on the scoreboard at 96 miles per hour. 0-1 the count. Runner at second base, Gorno. Elward over at first. The pitch. Pride swings and pops it up foul. Third base side and out of play. And so the count on Curtis now 0-2. Scramble on for the souvenir. New mascot this year in Fresno called Parker. The old one, maybe the ugliest mascot I've ever seen, Wild Thing, was retired. The 0-2. Pride takes high, 1-2 the count. And Portland in second place, 2 games behind the Bees when play began today. Plays later on tonight at Tucson. 1-2 the count on Curtis. The pitch. High and inside. An off-speed delivery leans Curtis back out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Bees will be in Tucson for a 4-game series starting Thursday. 2-2 the count on Curtis as Anderson deals. High, ball 3 fills the count at 3-2. So with 2 out, the runners will automatically be on the move. Three balls, 2 strikes. Gorno is on at second base. Elward is at first. Now Anderson ready, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss and a slider down and in. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 2 more runs for the Bees on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. After 6.5, it's the Bees 5, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now get a family pass to see the Bees this season for an incredible $199. That's only $276 per game for your entire immediate family. Call 325-BASE to get your family pass. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve.
Go.
Bottom of the seventh inning, 5-0 now in favor of the Bees. Left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst on for the 23rd time this year. In 27 innings, he's given up 29 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned. He has struck out 20 and walked 10. Jonathan 2-4 with a 6 ERA. The BCL batting .271 against left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst. Rauenhorst to face Chad Santos, Juan Melo, and Jed Hansen. First pitch, lofted toward left. Curtis Pride coming on, and he makes the catch. One pitch, one out as Santos is retired. That'll bring up Juan Melo, who lined into a double play his last time up. Casey Ohlenberger looking to get back on track. Had a great outing today, although he threw a lot of pitches, 91 in just 6 innings. Gave up just 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 4 and walked 4. The pitch from Rauenhorst, curveball in at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-1 on Melo, who turns around now to bat right-handed against the lefty Rauenhorst. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, outside at the knees, a ball, 1-1. Jonathan last worked against Tacoma on May 31st, retiring all 6 batters he faced. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1 the count. He's leading 5-0. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Now Rauenhorst ready, the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, low and inside of the right-hand batter. 3-1 the count. Rauenhorst 0-1 in 5 appearances against the Grizzlies last year with an ERA over 9, having given up 10 earned runs on 19 hits in 9 2/3 innings. 3-1 pitch, and Melo lofts one to center field. Well, it's coming on, but it drops in front of him for a base hit. Just the second hit of the ball game for Fresno. So Melo aboard, 1 on, 1 out. Brings up Jed Hansen, who's 0 for 2. Fouled out to the first baseman Mike Elward, his initial time up. So 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Second hit for Fresno, only their 4th hit in this series. 5th hit, rather. The pitch up high, ball 1. 1-0 to Jed Hansen. He's leading 5-0. Infield double play depth. Rauenhorst ready, and the 1-0. That sinks down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Rauenhorst. The left-hander ready, checks the runner at first. The 2-0 home is a curveball into the dirt. Gets away from Buddy, but not far enough away for Melo to advance. So Rauenhorst, after getting the first out of the first pitch, fell behind 3-1 on Melo before giving up a single, and now he's 3-0 on Jed Hansen. As the catcher, Buddy, out to have a word with Rauenhorst. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bees leading 5-0. And Casey Oldenburger, 6 shutout innings. Now Rowenhorst ready, the 3-0. Down the middle at the knees, a strike 3-1. Casey helped by some great defense behind him. Corneau, a great running catch in the alley in right center, a diving stop by Howie Kendrick in the 6th, a line drive diving catch by Elwood at first last inning as well. 3-1 pitch is flared to center field. Willits coming on, makes the shoulder high running catch for the out. And Malo retreats to first base. Similar to the ball that Malo hit, but it hung up long enough this time for Willits to be able to track it down for the second out. Here's Guillermo Rodriguez, who's twice flied out to Curtis Pride in left field. So runner at first base, 2 out. As Rowenhorst deals, swinging a foul back into the upper deck, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. He's last year won 10 out of 16 from Fresno. Some great matchups between Salt Lake and Fresno in the Grizzlies' first couple of years in 98 and 99. Fastball inside, 1-1 in 98. The Grizzlies narrowly beat out the Buzz for the division title, and in 99 it was the opposite. Salt Lake winning the division by a half game after trailing the Grizzlies by 3.5 with 6 to go. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung on, chopped toward short. He's tourist charges, gloves, throws to first, and it's just in time to get Rodriguez to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base as we head to the 8th. It's the Bees 5 and Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
I am Dr. Jen, and I'm taking your Love Life calls. And here's Kevin. Go ahead.
Jen, what's the easiest way to get to 79 Williams Ave?
Follow your heart?
For the easiest route to any address, you want to ask TomTom, not Jen.
Turn left.
TomTom Go is your portable, everyday GPS solution. Grab it and go. Just tap the screen and a helpful voice guides you on your way.
You have reached your destination.
TomTom Go. Find your way the easy way. Learn more at TomTom.com.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand-new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele.
Here we come.
For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
All right, we go to the 8th inning, but we're going to go to the 8th inning without Fresno manager Shane Turner. He was out arguing the call at first base to end the inning, and when he waved his arms in disgust, the first base umpire tossed him. And so Shane Turner ejected in between innings as the Bees lead it 5-0. As obviously Turner a little frustrated, 16 innings worth of play in this series, and his Grizzlies have managed only 5 hits against the combination of Joe Saunders, Greg Jones, Casey Oldenburger, and Jonathan Rowenhorst. Corey Myers will lead it off against Matt Anderson here in the 8th. He'll be followed by Ryan Buddy and then Reggie Willits. Corey Myers, 0 for 2 plus a walk. Just a reminder, when the Bees are at home, if a Bees player hits for the cycle during a home game, during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service Booth And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. First pitch to Corey Myers is fouled back into the screen. Strike one. 0-1 the count to the right-hand batter. The pitch. Breaking ball outside at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Corey Myers, starting things off for the Bees here in the 8th. There's a pitch high and inside for a ball, and it's 2-1. And tomorrow at 8:05 start Mountain Time, it'll be Steven Shell 2-2 against right-hander James Garcia 4-2 for the Grizzlies. Swing and a miss by Myers, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The series concludes Tuesday afternoon at 1:05 Mountain Time. Bartolo Colon, the last year's Cy Young Award winner, getting the rehab start as Myers lines one foul, slicing out of play down the right field line. Michael Tejera, a left-hander, 3-2 will go for the Grizzlies. Then an off day Wednesday, and then 4 in Tucson beginning Thursday night. The 2-2 pitch. Myers pops it foul, coming back into the upper deck to our right. So it is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both bullpens quiet. Two and two the count on Myers with Ryan Buddy on deck. He's leading 5-0 here in the 8th. The pitch, breaking ball low, and that fills the count on Myers at 3-2. He's also drawn a walk this afternoon. Now the pitch, swinging a foul as he had a hack at a high heater and sent it back into the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Corey Myers, the 1999 Arizona High School Player of the Year. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit as he went the other way with it. Chasing it down is Linden, cutting it off before it can go to the corner. And that holds Myers to a long single. So Corey with his first hit of the afternoon, and that is hit number 9 for Salt Lake. Here's Ryan Buddy 0 for 2. Walked in the second inning, topped to second in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 6th. So the infield now, double play depth behind Matt Anderson as activity begins to stir in the Fresno bullpen. First pitch, a strike in at the knees, 0-1. Although no one throwing as of yet, a couple of guys down there doing some stretching exercises. 0-1 the count on Buddy. Anderson from the belt, the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. These will be on the road June 28th, so stop by the Delta Center for the annual Utah Jazz Draft Party. On Wednesday, June 28th, the first 1,500 fans will get a free hot dog and a Coke, and you'll get your chance to have your picture taken with Bear. Here's Buddy swinging and lofting one into left center field. Racing back Lewis, still going back. At the warning track, it's over his head and up against the wall. Myers around second, on his way to third, as Ryan Buddy stands at second with a double. His 7th 2-bagger of the year. The Bees now have runners at second and third with nobody out. That one bouncing on the track in front of the 385 sign in left center field. Here's Willits, who singled and scored last inning. Now that NBA draft party is all free. So get your pure adrenaline rush of Jazz basketball at the NBA draft party June 28th. That's a Wednesday night at the Delta Center. As pitching coach Trevor Wilson makes his way out to the mound to talk things over with Anderson. Still some stretching exercises going on in the bullpen, but nobody throwing any pitches right now. These with a 5-0 lead, and they have runners at second and third with nobody out here in the top of the 8th. So runners at second and third, nobody out, and Willits at the plate. Fresno will bring the infield in with the runners at second and third and nobody out. As now some Actual throwing will begin down in the Fresno bullpen. Anderson ready. The pitch to Willits. A fastball inside, ball one. As a right-hander, I believe that Carlos Hines throwing in the bullpen. Anderson ready. The 1-0 to Willits. Swung on and sliced foul out of play down the left field line. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers at third, Buddy at second, nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. 5-0, Salt Lake. Anderson ready. The pitch. Inside at the knees. 2-1 the count on Willits. Again, the Bees trying to equal their high water mark on the season at 10 games above 500. They've been there on 4 different occasions, but have never been able to move to 11 up. The 2-1 pitch. Willits swings and lifts it in the air towards left. Fred Lewis drifting back. Camps underneath it, makes the catch. Myers will tag at third and score. Tagging at second and advancing to third is Buddy as he avoids the tag of Melo at third base. So Reggie Willits with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in, his 26th RBI of the year, and it's now 6-0 Salt Lake. And with Buddy advancing, he's now at third with 1 out for Myceres Torres. Here's Torres, 1 for 3 with a double. Again, the infield still in with a runner at third and 1 out. The pitch, and that's in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield in as well for his Torres as the pitch comes home. Swung on, and that's skied to center field. Ortmeyer coming in, though, for this one. Shading his eyes with his glove, makes the catch. Tagging at third, Buddy. He's coming down the line, and he'll slide in safely. That ball wasn't hit very deep at all, but Buddy scoring easily on not much of a throw from Daniel Ortmeyer in center field. That is the 3rd sacrifice fly of the ball game for Salt Lake. So the hitters doing their jobs with runners at third base and less than 2 out. And the Bees now lead it 7-0. And so 2 out, nobody on for Darren Erstadter's 0 for 4. First pitch to Darren, a fastball high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Erstad. The pitch, high and outside, ball 2. Anderson's arms all over the place on his delivery. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Darren. He was hitting .238 for the Angels prior to the injury, or prior to them sitting him down after getting hurt. The pitch fouled back 2-2. He was playing hurt, but finally it got to be too much. He was 19 for 80 with the Angels, 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 runs batted in. Now the pitch, swung on, little tap toward third. Melo charging, gloving, and throwing on the run. Not in time. Erstad beats it easily for his first hit in a Salt Lake uniform. Erstad giving that ankle a test, and no problems there. No limp going down the line. He beat it out. The infield dribbler. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick. 2 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 2 runs batted in. So here is Kendrick. 2 for 4. He's upped his league-leading average to .393, and he drills one to center field. Ortmeyer going back, still going back, now stopped short of the track, and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Bees had 2 more runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's now the Bees 7 and Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
You know, to solve the whole problem, you got to understand the parts. Top quality replacement parts from Checker. We work on our cars just like you, and we use great Vestas brakes, Monroe shocks, Fram filters, and drive belts by Goodyear. They're all good parts. And the reason I use them is my whole family rides in my car. So come to Checker for the right part at a guaranteed low price.
They're back in excess live. VH1 Classic proudly presents In Excess, the Switched on Tours. June 7th, on stage at the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. In Excess. All your favorites and music from their new CD, Switch. In stores now. For more, check out nxs.com. June 7th, the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now. Available at all Ticketmaster outlets by phone at 801-325-SEAT or online at Ticketmaster.com. In Excess, produced by Metropolitan Talent Presents.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go.
We come to the bottom of the eighth inning, 7-0 the score in favor of the Bees. It'll be Tim Hudding, Fred Lewis, and Adam Shibala to face left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst, who begins his second inning of relief for Salt Lake. Tim Hudding robbed of extra bases on a fine running catch by Nick Gorno in the alley in right center field in the third. He walked, but was stranded at first base in the fifth inning. Rauenhorst, the big late kick in the pitch. Strike on the outside corner to knees. 0-1 the count. Rauenhorst's leg looking like the pendulum on a grandfather clock. The pitch. Breaking ball low and inside into the dirt, and that hits the foot of Tim Hudding, and the leadoff man is aboard for Fresno here in the eighth. For Rauenhorst, that is his second hit batter of the year, and for Hudding, in just his 13th game for Fresno, that's his first hit by pitch. So the top of the order, and Fred Lewis, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And so a runner at first base, nobody out. First pitch swinging, Lewis slices one foul, out of play down the left field line for strike one. First time in the ball game that Fresno has been able to get their leadoff man on base. One strike the count on Lewis. Rauenhorst, the glance over to first, the pitch. Change up high and inside and over the back of the hitter Lewis, who ducks underneath it, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the infield double play depth. Hudding the lead at first base as Rauenhorst deals. Breaking ball just a little bit low, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Lewis. The meat of the order coming up for Fresno. Now Jonathan ready, the 2-1. Low and outside, a breaking ball, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's leading 7-0 here in the 8th. Now the lefty's pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen, and that fills the count at 3-2. These this year's their pitching staff with 6 shutouts, tied with Albuquerque for the league lead. They've also had 6 games in which the opposition has scored only 1 run. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled, third base side, up over the seats, and out of play. So we'll do it again at 3-2. And later on, over on 1320 K-Fan, it's Sunday Night Baseball, the Bees parent club, the Angels at Cleveland. Each team has won 1 game in that series. 3-2 payoff pitch again, and that's low, ball 4, and the first 2 batters are on base for Fresno here in the 8th inning. Hutting hit by a pitch, and Lewis walks. That'll bring up Adam Shabala, who's 0 for 3. Robbed of a hit on a diving stop by Howie Kendrick in the 6th inning. As activity begins to stir in the Bees bullpen. Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, making his way out to the hill. Marcus Gwynn starts to loosen up for the Bees. So the first two batters on without the benefit of a base hit. Hutting hit by a pitch on the foot, and now Fred Lewis has drawn a walk. And now the home plate umpire out to the mound to break up the conversation. Now that school's getting out, time to start thinking about what you can do to keep your kids entertained and out of trouble for the summer. One thing you can give them is a Salt Lake Bees student pass. For just $25, a Bees student pass will get your students from elementary to college into the Bees home games for an incredibly low price this summer of $25 total. No better place to hang out this summer than the ballpark, so stop in now at the Franklin Covey Field box office and get your kids a student season pass to see the Salt Lake Bees. First pitch to Shabala, line foul up the left field side for strike one. $25 for the whole season. No balls, one strike. Now Rowenhorst ready to pitch. Curveball just a little bit low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Go to PCLBaseball.com or minorleaguebaseball.com and vote for the AAA All-Star Game. 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, first base side. Elward's got it, but they say it went off the foot of Shabala, who's now limping around to the right of home plate. 1-2 the count on Shabala. Again, go to the minorleaguebaseball.com website or to PCLBaseball.com. And you can vote for your favorites for the AAA All-Star teams for the All-Star Game, July 12th in Toledo. Voting online available to June 23rd. The fan balloting will account for 1/3 of the total vote. Shabala still testing that right foot. You can also go to the Bees website at www.slbees.com, and there'll be a link there you can click on to vote for the AAA All-Star Game. I would think you can, without any concern, put a vote in for guys like Howie Kendrick, Nick Gorno. The 1-2 pitch to Shabala is a little bit low, ball 2. 2-2 the count on the left-hand batter. Hutting the runner at second. Lewis is on at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Bees leading by a score of 7-0. For the Grizzlies with really their first true legitimate threat. They did have first and second, 1 out in the 4th inning. The 2-2 pitch, curveball, low and outside. Ball 3. Jonathan struggling with the strike zone here, setting the table for the Grizzlies. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Shabala, the second straight batter to go to a full count against Rowenhorst as Lewis walked on a 3-2 pitch. Rowenhorst ready. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. First strikeout for Rowenhorst, the 5th for Bees pitching in the ball game, and there's 1 out here in the 8th inning. Brings up Daniel Ortmeyer, the center fielder. He's 0 for 3. Flied out to the center fielder, Willits, his last time up. So Rowenhorst, after going to a full count, battling and getting the fastball by Adam Shabala. 1 out, 2 on the pitch. And Ortmeyer takes a curveball low, ball 1. Ortmeyer, like the next man in the order, Todd Linden, switch hitters. One ball, the count on Ortmeyer. Rowenhorst checks the runner at second and comes home. Swinging a foul back into the upper deck to our right. That evens the count at 1-1. And the Bees with a 14-game homestand coming up. 4 with Fresno, 5 including a Saturday night doubleheader on the 17th at 5 p.m. against Las Vegas. an off day on November. I hope there's an off day in November. Then Tuesday, June 20th, an off day, and then 5 straight against Sacramento. Curveball, that's in at the knees, a strike, and the count on Ortmeyer is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield double play depth behind Rauenhorst, who delivers the 1-2 to Ortmeyer. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Curtis Pride in a couple of steps makes the catch for out number 2. Hutting back to second, and Lewis back to first. 2 down for Todd Linden, who's 0 for 2. Robbed of extra bases on a diving catch towards the line by the first baseman, Mike Elward, his last time up. And one of really 3 outstanding plays by the B's defense here this afternoon. The runners at first and second base, 2 out. Rauenhorst ready, the pitch. Linden takes inside at the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. And a sunshine-filled afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-90s here in Fresno. Rauenhorst ready, the 1-ball pitch. Fastball just outside at the knees, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. And tomorrow an 8:05 start will be on the air at 7:45 with the on-deck circle. Rauenhorst ready with a 2-0 pitch. And that's low, ball 3. 3-0 the count, and a wide one here would load the bases for Chad Santos. Three balls, no strikes. Jim Bowie, the hitting coach, coaching at third with the ejection of Shane Turner, by the way. There's a pitch, low, ball 4. And the Grizzlies have loaded the bases here in the 8th without the benefit of a base hit. 2 walks and a hit batter, and that'll bring up Chad Santos. Rauenhorst will stay out there with a lefty-lefty matchup here. Santos 1 for 2 with a single back in the 4th inning. So bases loaded, 2 out for Fresno here in the bottom of the 8th. The catcher, Buddy, the third baseman, Myers, over to have a word with Rauenhorst down the mound. I just settle him down, let him know that don't worry about it. There's this one batter you have to get right here. You get him, you get out of the inning. So bases loaded, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 7-0 in favor of the Bees. Rauenhorst first pitch to Santos, and it's a breaking ball strike, and it's the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Hutting at third, Lewis at second, Linden at first. Now Rauenhorst from the stretch, the 0-1. A little bit low, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The outfield playing Santos to pull towards right, with the exception of Pride in left, who shaded towards the line. The 1-1 offering. Swung on, ground ball to short. His Torres has it. He'll have to throw to first base and gets it there in time for the out to retire the side. No runs out of all that. No hits, no errors. 2 walks, a hit batter, and 3 left on base. As we go to the 9th, it's the Bees 7, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster, charge by phone, or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
Right-hander Carlos Hines comes on the pitch now for the Grizzlies here in the 9th inning. And for Hines, this is his 13th appearance for Fresno. In 11 innings, he's given up 9 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of which was earned. He has struck out 9 and walked 3. No decisions, 2 saves, and a 0.82 earned run average. TCL batting .231 against Hines as Nick Gorneau leads things off. Nick 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in, 1 on a sacrifice fly and 1 on a double. Now the pitch is fouled back and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Gorneau with Mike Elward and Curtis Pride to follow. Hines hard throwing right-handed. Pitcher out of Smithfield, North Carolina. The 0-2 pitch, and Gorneau fouls it back. Original 24th round draft pick of Cincinnati in 1999. Last year was with Montgomery and Durham in the Tampa Bay organization. Hines ready, the pitch. Inside at the knees, a ball. The count is 1-2 on Nick Gorneau. The line on Matt Anderson, an inning in the 3rd. 4 hits, 2 runs earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Now the 1-2 to Gorneau. Swinging and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. 1 down here in the 9th. 8th strikeout for Fresno pitching in the ball game. Here's Mike Elward 0 for 3. He walked his last time up. They're underway at Nashville. The Sounds leading Albuquerque in a battle of division leaders 2-0 in the 2nd inning. Nashville's 8 games up on second place Iowa in the American North. First pitch, Elward takes down the middle of strike, 0-1. Albuquerque, however, with only a half-game lead on Round Rock in the American South. New Orleans 3.5 back. A 1-strike pitch to Elward. Fastball up and in, spins Mike around, and that evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking to the bottom of the 9th inning, Fresno will have Melo, Hansen, and Rodriguez. The 6, 7, and 8-ers due up. Now the 1-1 pitch to Elward. Change up in for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hines, 25 years old, delivers the 1-2. Breaking ball just a little bit low. 2-2 the count on Elward. The outfield straight away for Mike. He's leading 7-0. They've out hit the Grizzlies 11-2. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and at the knees. Back-to-back punch-outs for Carlos Hines to start the 9th. Brings up Curtis Pride, who's 2 for 4. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Bees. Brought to you by Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. Again, an 8:05 start tomorrow here in Fresno. 1:05 Mountain Time on Tuesday, an off day Wednesday, and then 4 night games at Tucson, Thursday through Sunday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. 7 o'clock Mountain Time on Sunday before the Bees return home to take on these Grizzlies June 12th. Curtis swings and misses, strike 1. 0-1 the count. And the Bees will be at home for 2 weeks and won't hit the road again until the final week of June 25th. They'll go to Colorado Springs for the first time and then go to Sacramento for their first visit. The 0-1 to Curtis. Strike in at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Marcus Quinn back up in the Bees bullpen. 2 strikes on Curtis. Now Hines ready. The pitch. Right takes the changeup outside at the knees. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Right with an RBI double and a single today. He's also stolen 2 bases. Takes a fastball high here, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curtis waiting. Hines ready. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Lewis drifting back, now stops, waits, and makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, go the Bees in the ninth. After 8.5, it's the Bees 7, Fresno nothing on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls or the ham and Swiss bowl, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike.
Here we come.
June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
Go.
Couple of changes for the Bees as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Anderson Rosario comes into the ball game to play right field for Nick Torino, and on the pitch, Marcus Quinn for the 20th time this year in 24 1/3 innings. He's given up 27 hits, 19 runs, 15 of which have been earned. He has struck out 23 and walked 14. He's hit 4 batters for 11 wild pitches and given up 2 home runs. Marcus Quinn, no decisions, a 5.55 earned run average. The PCL batting .270 against right-hander Marcus Quinn, who'll face Juan Melo, Jed Henson, and Guillermo Rodriguez here in the bottom of the ninth. He's leading by a score of 7-0. Melo 1 for 3, single to center for one of the 2 hits on the board for the Fresno Grizzlies, and he takes a strike in at the knees, 0-1. He singled off of Jonathan Rowenhorst, who completed 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. He walked 2, struck out a batter, and hit 1. Now Gwynn ready with the 0-1 pitch. Halo swings and fouls it back 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Melo. He's with Pride, Willits, and Rosario in left, center, and right. Myers his tourist. Kendrick and Elward, the infield third to first. Quinn pitching, Buddy catching. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. 1 down here in the ninth. That is the 6th strikeout for Bees pitching in the ball game. That'll bring up Jed Hansen, who's 0 for 3. Flied out to Reggie Willits in center field his first time up. Marcus Gwynn, in his last outing, pitched a scoreless frame against Tacoma on June 1st. Not allowed an earned run over his last 5 appearances. A pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball that stayed inside Panisse. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Marcus ready to pitch. Fastball, that slices the outside corner at the belt. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's leading 7-0. 1 run in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the seventh, and 2 in the eighth. The 1-1 delivery is high. Fastball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Marcus Gwynn, who pitched for Sacramento last year, as well as Double-A Midland. Now the 2-1 offering. That's a little bit high. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Gwynn made 1 appearance for Double-A Arkansas prior to his promotion to Salt Lake this year. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Willits going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Jed Hansen with a home run off the batter's eye in center field. Spoils the shutout. It's 7-1. Home run number 5 for Hansen and his 16th run batted in. So the bid for the Bees' 7th shutout of the season goes by the board. For Marcus, that's the 3rd home run that he's allowed this year. Brings up Guillermo Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3 rather, grounded out to short his last time up. Swung on, ground ball, back at it in the hole at short by Isura. Spins, throws, bounces to first, out at first. Rodriguez trying to dive head first into the bag, but that usually slows you down. Isura going to his right, back at it, spun out in short left field. Didn't get a whole lot on the throw. He one-hopped it, but Elward able to come up with it for the out. That'll bring up Tim Hudding, who is wide to right in the 3rd. Since then, he has walked and has been hit by a pitch. So a 7-1 ball game here in the 9th inning. Gwynn sets and the pitch on the way. There's a fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. And the franchise record for shutouts in a season is 10. The Bees at 6th right now. The Buzz staff of 1998 authored 10 shutouts. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to 3rd. Corey Myers to his left. The throw to first, and that's the ball game. As another fine pitching performance for the Bees and some timely hitting adds up to another win as they guarantee themselves their 13th non-losing series of the season. But the shutout gets spoiled in the 9th. 1 run on the home run by Hansen on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Bees 7 and the Fresno Grizzlies 1. We'll be back with the 10th inning show after this on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
They're back in excess live. VH1 Classic proudly presents In Excess, the Switched On Tour. on stage at the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. In excess. All your favorite and music from their new CD, Switch. In stores now. For more, check out nxs.com. June 7th, the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now. Available at all Ticketmaster outlets by phone at 801-325-SEAT or online at Ticketmaster.com. NXS, produced by Metropolitan Talent Presents.
If that's all that comes out of my career and my selection to the Hall of Fame is to have people look to me on how the game was played or how you're supposed to prepare to play, then that'd be a legacy I'd be very happy with.
Relive your fondest memories of Carlton Fisk and see his Hall of Fame plaque in Cooperstown, New York. Preserving history, honoring excellence, connecting generations. Visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball.
Here you come.
Kalki on ESPN 1230 AM.
And go.
And welcome to the 10th inning show as the Bees wrap up a victory over the Fresno Grizzlies today by a final score of 7-1. Here are the final totals in the ball game for the Bees. 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and they left 9 runners on base. For Fresno, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and they left 8 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Casey Ohlenberger, now 4-1. The losing pitcher, Matt Kenney, now 4-4. We don't have a time of game as of yet. At inflated 7,257, the paid here at Grizzlies Stadium today. Again, Casey Ohlenberger, who had struggled in his last 3 appearances, was solid this afternoon. Did have some control troubles at times, but ended up walking 4, striking out 4. But he only allowed 1 hit, a ground ball single to right field by Chad Santos with 1 out in the 4th inning, and was able to escape any trouble that he might have been in throughout the course of the day. Again, he had some big help from some defensive efforts behind him. Great catch by Nick Gorneau in right center in the 3rd. Howie Kendrick with a great play. More on that later. And a diving catch at first on what would have been a double for Todd Linden in the 6th inning on a catch by Mike Elward over at first base. So the Bees once again equal their high water mark on the season at 10 games over the 500 mark at 33-23, while the Grizzlies dropped to 24-33. And again, the Bees guarantee themselves another non-losing series, their 13th out of 15 played this year. Time now for our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. We obviously had several choices today, but we look at Howie Kendrick's play against Adam Shabala in the 6th. The 1-2 delivery. Shabala hits one sharply up the middle. Diving backhand stop by Kendrick. Gets up and throws to first for the out. What a play by Howie Kendrick. Taking a hit away from Adam Shabala with an all-out extension dive to his right. To field that ball off of one hop and then throw a perfect strike to first. And that is our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs. Mountains West Ranches recreational properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting for you. We'll come back and give you today's Abra scoreboard right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, that's the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right, I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me, still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
All right, welcome back to Fresno, where the Bees were victorious today by a final score of 7-1. Time now to check out the other scores in baseball on our Abra scoreboard here after the Bees win. And let's take a look at those other scores, and we will start in Oklahoma, where Iowa scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning to defeat the Redhawks by a score of 4-2. At Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox beat Tacoma 4-3, dropping to third place Rainiers 4.5 behind the Bees. New Orleans shut out the Redbirds in Memphis today 2-0. Las Vegas a winner at Sacramento again 8-3. Chad Billingsley the winner. Veteran Esteban Loaiza takes the loss for the River Cats. In the third inning at Nashville, the Sounds lead Albuquerque 4-0. Former PCL MVP with Sacramento, Graham Kuntz with his first home run of the year. Later on, Omaha at Round Rock, and Tucson plays host to Portland. Major League Baseball just underway in a few minutes. It'll be the Angels at Cleveland. John Lackey for the Halos. CC Sabathia for Cleveland. Boston wins at Detroit 8-3. 4 home runs for the Red Sox, including the 16th of the year for former Buzzman David Ortiz. Tampa Bay doubles up Toronto 10-5. At Baltimore, the Orioles crushed the Yankees 11-4. Former Stinger Aaron Small takes the loss. He's 0-3. At Chicago, Texas beats the White Sox 10-2. 2 home runs for Gerald Laird. Kansas City rolls over the Mariners in Seattle 9-4. Former Buzzman Mark Redmond with his first win for Kansas City. Jared Washburn takes the loss, and Oakland beat Minnesota 5-1. In the National League, Arizona completed a 4-game series sweep for the Braves in Atlanta 9-3. Former Stinger Jeff Devan in a homer and 3 RBI. In 12 innings at New York, San Francisco edges the Mets 7-6. At Pittsburgh, the Pirates are shut out by the Padres 1-0 as Chris Young and Trevor Hoffman combine on a 2-hitter. Washington wins at Milwaukee 8-4. 2 home runs for Alfonso Soriano. In 11 innings at Houston, the Reds beat the Astros 6-4. The Cubs fall at St. Louis 9-6. Cardinals put Albert Pujols on the DL with a strained oblique. Florida edges Colorado and Denver 4-3, and the Phillies knock off the Dodgers in Los Angeles by a final score of 6-4. Here, the Bees won at 7-1. We'll tell you how right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy. It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
Welcome back to Fresno, where the Bees grabbed the lead in the second inning. And that came as Nick Gorneau led off with a single to left field, and with one out, Curtis Pride was at the plate. Now the pitch, Pride swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep right center field. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it's off the top of the wall. Here comes Gorneau around third to score. Curtis Pride in at second base with an RBI double, and the Bees have a 1-0 lead. So the Bees lead 1-0. Then in the third inning, Howie Kendrick took it upon himself to extend the lead to 2-0. Kendrick swings, and there it goes. Deep to left field. Lewis going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. In and out of the bleachers in left field. Howie Kendrick with his 7th home run of the year. His third in the last 2 days. And it's now 2-0 Salt Lake. So 2-0 Bees at that point. They made it 3-0 in the fifth as his tourist walked. Darren Erstad reached on an error. A ground out advanced the runners to second and third, and Nick Gorneau delivered the run with a sacrifice fly. Then in the seventh inning, Reggie Willett singled. 2 outs later, he was at second for Howie Kendrick. There's a pitch driven up the alley in right center field. Todd Linden on his horse won't get to it. It's off the top of the wall. In to score Willett. Kendrick to second base with an RBI double, and it's now 4-0 Salt Lake. So 4-0 in favor of the Bees. That would be all for Matt Kinney. Matt Anderson came on. He was greeted by a run-scoring double off the bat of Nick Gorneau to make it a 5-0 ball game. The Bees would add 2 more runs in the eighth. Myers singled. Buddy doubled to put runners at second and third. Reggie Willett and Myceris Torres followed with back-to-back sacrifice flies. And the Bees led 7-0. And again, Jed Hansen with 1 out of the ninth inning spoiled the shutout bid with a solo home run to center field. But the Bees win it 7-1 to take the first 2 games of this series. Game 3 comes your way tomorrow night from Grizzly Stadium. We'll preview that game for you after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
When you take your family out and get a great deal on a big, delicious breakfast, that's getting your Denny's worth. Denny's 3 new Supreme Bowl breakfasts are just $5.99. Denny's Ultimate Bowl starts with country fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and cheese sauce. Then we layer ham and mushrooms, chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. You'll also love Denny's 2 sausage and cheddar bowls or the ham and Swiss bowl, each with bacon, sausage, and pancakes. At just $5.99, that's how to get your Denny's worth.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
They're back in excess live. VH1 Classic proudly presents In Excess, the Switched On Tour. June 7th, on stage at the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. In Excess. All your favorites and music from their new CD, Switch. In stores now. For more, check out InXS.com. June 7th, the New Skin Theater at the Delta Center. Reserve seat tickets are on sale now. Available at all Ticketmaster outlets. By phone at 801-325-SEAT or online at Ticketmaster.com. In Excess, produced by Metropolitan Talent Presents.
If that's all that comes out of my career and my selection to the Hall of Fame, is to have people look to me on how the game was played or how you're supposed to prepare to play, then that'd be a legacy I'd be very happy with.
Relive your fondest memories of Carlton Fisk and see his Hall of Fame plaque in Cooperstown, New York. Preserving history, honoring excellence, connecting.
Here we come.
Visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Go.
Well, welcome back to Fresno. The Bees have taken the first two games of this series. Game 3 comes your way tomorrow. It'll be right-hander Steven Shell with a record of 2-2 going for the Bees against right-hander James Garcia, 4-2 for Fresno. We'll be on the air at 7:45 with the on-deck circle. 8:05 the first pitch as the Bees try to make it 3 in a row over the Grizzlies. Our thanks to Jeff back in our studios in Salt Lake City for his work, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 49 minutes, and in front of an announced crowd of 7,257, the final score, the Salt Lake Bees 7 and the Fresno Grizzlies 1. I'm Steve Pauke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the
Thanks, Steve. Okay, take care.
time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.